GM.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. And we're back again to our last demo day of the year.
Wow, what a
But
what a history we built together those last
yeah,
events. So Gusto.
yeah, I'm almost tearing up. That's the last of the year. I hope we can manage to do another one because we always have, and again, today it's not going to be different. Great projects, great people. Uh, Bringing their sometimes their life work. That's awesome. Sometimes they're crazy ideas that we do want to hear and we love to share. And yeah, that's the vibe demo day that we're doing right here. How are you, Peter?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling a little overwhelmed about all of that. This is actually our eighth event together.
Yep.
So we built a history here. I'm very happy to be part of this chapter of the community. So many big ideas, so many beautiful projects, so many uh, good judges have been through this event and with good insights, good idea, good advices. I'm very eager to see how we're going to close it up. So I expect to be a good ending, right? A happy ending. Um, and for you, it's seeing us for the first time, maybe through live or maybe through video, you may ask yourself, how can I understand better what are going to be venture miner next steps? How can I understand better what is Artizen? What is the collective AI? So I'm going to introduce you guys to our calendar, so you guys understand where we come from, what are our ideas. Here we are. We go on luma.com/ventureminer. You'll be able to see all of the events that we had here on the past. So I guess it was on October. We all packed with some San Francisco events. We also have some live streams there. We have some Portuguese live stream. We have English live stream. So all of that will be available on our YouTube channel. If you want to, I will be sharing right now the QR code so you can end it up into the Luma calendar for our events schedule. I also will help you guys if you have like any problems to registering. You have to go here, so luma.com/ventureminer. You need to subscribe. This is in Portuguese. I'm sorry about that, but you need to subscribe, and then you have to have a builder membership pass, so you can enter our events as much as the Vibe demo day that we're doing here right now. So if I come here into the Vibe demo day to register to get a ticket as a guest, I need to be a member before that. So you come here and grab your membership. I will also like to introduce yourself to Arten, which are helping us through this journey into the technology production that has been great inside our community. So we have almost 50K in total funds for curation. So the idea here is you have a pitch with us, and then you'll be able to curate your project to be inside of our pool. And as much as votes you have, you can have your family voting here. I also advise you guys to go here into artisan.fund and then come here into their playbook so you can have a better grasp about the ideas that Artisan is proposing, what type of projects they want to have in their website, and so on. And also, nonetheless, I also would like to thank the AI Collective for being here with us again. Very special partners for us. They are building a lot of stuff worldwide. Actually, they have like live streams on Asia, on Europe, on Africa. So they are everywhere right now, helping anyone that has AI connections and wants to build stuff. So thank you, the AI Collective, and thanks to Artisan for making this possible. Hope to see you guys again next year. That's all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And after our shout outs to our great partners, we can start and introducing the judges of today's edition. So they can introduce themselves. We can have we can get to know them before we have our first presentation. So let's give a round of applause to our specialist judges and bring them to the stage. Awesome.
I've seen some familiar faces, some new ones. Thank you
Awesome.
everyone
Yeah.
for being
Thank
here.
you guys. Thank you very much for being here. It's our pleasure to have you guys here and have everybody judging the great projects that are to come. Okay. So please, we can have a quick round of presentations. Just a one-liner on who you are, what you do, so everybody on the live can get to know you guys. So Aditya, por favor, please.
Sure. So, hey everyone, I'm Aditya Jakaraju. I'm a technical architect at HCL America. I basically work on cloud and infrastructure coding, building new infrastructures for Fortune 100 companies. So, apart from that, I'm also a founder. I'm into fitness tech. So, my application is Fikely.ai. Do check it out. That's it
Awesome.
for me.
Awesome. Navdeep, please.
Hey everyone, my name is Navdeep Singh. I lead product management for affiliate marketing channel at Walmart, which includes anything and everything to power cost per action based marketing, which includes our attribution platform, which kind of helps us determine who kind of won the sale or was responsible for driving a particular sale. And in addition to all the kind of partner specific integrations, for example, if we are working with a card linked partner, for example, credit card offers. So those are all integrations that my team kind of manages. Excited to be here, and I'm only just learning that this is the last event of the series, so pretty bummed about that. But this is the second time I'm participating in this demo day. Or the demo days in this series. So excited to be here. Thank you, Augusto, Peter, for having me.
Awesome.
Your
Great.
pleasure.
Yeah, it's the last of this year. I hope it's not the last of the series. We have a whole new year.
So
to
I'll be looking
come.
forward to the next season for sure.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Pratik, please.
Hey everyone, I'm Prateek. I'm a software engineer at Figma. I work on systems and distributed systems and infrastructure. This is my first demo day. I'm very excited to be with you all and see all the great projects. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Please.
Yes, sorry, I'll introduce myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Vaishnavi, and I'm the founder of Kalo. So we do AI visibility and networking for startups. Basically, if you're an emerging consumer tech startup, we help you get recommended on platforms like ChatGPT, Google AI overviews, and all of the fun stuff, but also get you talked about in your industry. So whether you're ed tech, fashion tech, sports tech, whatever it is, we connect you to people similar to you and just get you visible on AI platforms in your network. And then on the side, I also do consulting work for vulnerability management. So making sure consumers, consumer tech is safe in New York City and Dubai. And I'm very grateful and excited to be here. This is my first time with your guys' demo day. So super excited.
Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. First of many.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Prem, please.
Hi, I'm Prem. I'm basically part of the fintech industry. I lead the project management group for a large Japanese banking corporation, SMBC, and predominantly interested in all the projects that come up with data background. And because we have challenges with so many data related projects and fintech, so eager and excited to see what kind of projects shape up. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Preeti, please. It seems that we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Awesome.
Hey. Hey, I'm Preeti. So I'm also working with fintech company, and I have over a decade of experience working in the software technologies. My area of expertise are like cloud services, and now I'm getting my hands dirty in AI and ML projects, working on various AI and ML projects now. This is my first time participating in Vibe Demo Day and really excited to see all the creative ideas and projects. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome, awesome, great lineup of judges. Again, we're glad to have you guys. It's an honor, really. Great minds build great community, and that's all we're doing here. And now we are gonna put you guys down to the backstage area again, so we can bring the first presenter and we can have our first pitch of the day. So we'll see you guys soon, and we can introduce our first presenter of the day. Please welcome, guys, with a warm round of applause to Sergo. Welcome back, Sergo.
Hi guys. Hi.
How are you today?
Good. How are you doing, guys?
Awesome. We're great. Excited to see the next project.
Likewise, looking forward, guys. Shall I start sharing my screen?
Please,
Yeah,
please.
you can present yourself, introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi,
my name
is Sergo Shakmadze, and in financial services, this is my recent vibe coding project, AI, agentic AI. But I'm also building another venture combining AI and blockchain in public and private markets, which I presented a couple of weeks ago. And today I'll be presenting DeepBuyer. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
The same format as before. So 5 minutes presentation, then 5 minutes a live demo.
You can have 10 to 12 minutes, actually. We have you can have 10 to 12 for presenting all of it, okay. And then you can go to Q&A.
Cool. Thank you. So, hi, everybody. My name is Sergo Shakmadze, and I'll be presenting DeepBuyer, an AI agent for value investing. I've been in financial services all my life. I have 3 degrees from 3 different countries, including 2 master's degrees from British and German government scholarship. And I worked for the organizations like the World Bank, Ministry of Finance, Bloomberg. So I always had access to a lot of data and quality data. However, getting actionable insights from this data in financial data is not easy, okay? As a matter of fact, 97% of the people do not have necessary financial or technical expertise to deal with complex financial data. Professional tools like Bloomberg cost a lot of money. Not everyone can afford them, and it's not easy to use them either. Market dislocations occur regularly. The last one being announcement of Trump's tariff floor, which prompted me to create this venture. Okay, and DeepBuyer works during bull and bear markets. And on the right-hand side, you see a chart of MSCI for the last 10 years. It shows lots of ups and downs, but what many people do not realize is that undervalued assets exist even during the strongest bull markets. Okay, and there is another issue. Agentic investing does not work with the traditional banking rails. What if there was a tool that could address all those issues? Hence the idea of DeepBuyer. Our solution is an AI playing a solution that creates a level playing field for an average person without financial or technical background. AI agent automates identifying, analyzing, and investing in undervalued and automatically divesting from overvalued assets. Undervalued and overvalued stocks, ETFs, cryptos, and indices are accessible to everyone to benefit from, not just a selected few. Unlike any other competitor, DeepBuyer combines AI, blockchain, and crypto wallets for truly agentic investing. The market size is absolutely massive and ripe for disruption, and one day DeepBuyer can be as big as Charles Schwab. To give you an idea, at the moment, the total market size is around $150 trillion, and according to McKinsey, by 2030, it will grow to $170 to $200 trillion. I built the MVP all alone back in April, and since then I've been doing some more development. And during the Christmas period, I've been doing more development because AI is developing very fast, and there are more advanced tools now to do agentic AI. Next year, from January to March, I'm planning to do some POCs, pilots, or JVs, and then I'll be looking for strategic partnerships and investments to launch the platform later in 2026. The team is, at the moment, it's me, myself, and I. I'm a serial entrepreneur combining 28 years in financial services, capital markets, real estate, Web3, and AI. And as I already said, I developed the MVP all alone with existing skills, knowledge, experience, and vision. And I'm looking for additional blockchain and AI developers who share the vision and are ready to take this DeepBuyer to the next level. In terms of the ask, as I said, I would appreciate any help and guidance with developing more functionality, interaction to AI and blockchain developers. In terms of the capital, we're looking for 2.5 million on a safe to launch in 2026 and take a small slice of a huge and growing market. And would appreciate any introductions to strategic partners and investors. And now I'm going to jump into a demo. This is the live website at the moment running on simulated data, but happy to switch to live data as soon as I have a license, and the license is a significant cost. On this About page, it explains what DeepBuyer is, what it does, what value investing is, and so on and so forth. Okay. And then you can jump. There's some additional information about value investing, and you can jump to the dashboard from the bottom, or you can go to auto investing, or you can go to the dashboard from the top. And here you have the same tools as used by Wall Street for technical analysis, like the major banks or financial institutions. Furthermore, here you have all the assets which you can filter. Which you can filter by, whether it's undervalued, are you looking for undervalued, overvalued, by price, name, risk, the category, stocks, ETFs, indices, crypto, or all of them. Okay. You can combine obviously with the news, because news plays a big role in affecting the pricing. And here you can see your current portfolio. This is my current portfolio, which I played around from earlier today. And I have currently integrated three blockchain-based wallets: Pera, Coinbase, and MetaMask. And I also have a simulation wallet. At the moment, we can deposit, let's say, $1,000. I have enough money, but just to play around. And I also have created blockchain tokens based on Algorand at the moment, and based on the risk profile. If you don't want to, let's say, invest in a portfolio in individual stocks, ETFs, or indices, basically those tokens can create a portfolio for you depending on your risk profile: low risk profile, medium risk profile, or high risk profile. But here comes the crown jewel: auto investing, where all this functionality comes alive with truly agentic investing. You can tick, let's say, which assets you're interested in. Okay, do you want to combine the tokens as well or not? What percentage of tokens, for instance? Okay, and so on and so forth. Do are interested in a certain sector, category, and so on and so forth. And same goes for divesting as well on the right hand side. Let's play a little bit around, and let's say maybe we'll ask the machine AI agent to invest in this particular case. As soon as I click on invest, it automatically distributes my amount, the amount that I gave, and here I see a revised portfolio of assets that I have invested so far, and I can see how they're performing. Is anything up, down, what quantity, etc., etc. And if I wanted to, I can also sell here manually as well. Okay. Then I have created, at the moment, I have a Telegram bot, and I'm in the process of developing a WhatsApp bot as well. And Just a second. And here, very important, the learning resources, because there are lots of financial terms which may be difficult for a novice to understand. Here you can simply either enter any term, okay? You can select a topic, or you can also select the source, okay? And click on search, and you will automatically get search results based on the criteria that you've entered. But this is simply the button I created for the wait list. And last but not least, I have also created a page for potentially for a fund for a future where all investing, which will be basically automated, but you can invest via a structure called a fund. If you're not comfortable doing it via tokens, or if you're not comfortable doing it via, let's say, a portfolio that's been created for you by an agent. Happy to answer any questions you have, guys. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Sergo. Thank you so much for being here and for your presentation. Completely different oriented project from what you presented here. But I can see you I can see you don't lack passion, you don't lack ideas. You are very curious about the Web3. That is something very difficult to grasp. I know, because I've learned just a moment ago, I guess like 2 weeks. And very happy to have you here. I will move the judges up so we can have panel. Just let me grab this. So we have all of them here. We can go top to bottom with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. You can go first, please.
No worries. Yeah. Thank you so much for the presentation. I was curious to learn about this because I actually started my career doing vulnerability management at a very big bank. So I was curious to know more about the first thing that I wanted to ask you. So is DipBuyer going to be a US based app?
Good question. I mean, it can be based anywhere. Okay. At the moment, there is no legal entity. As I said, it's supposed to be my weekend project. I coded it literally. The first version I had in 6.5 hours, and then obviously I added some more functionality. But it can be based anywhere. I'm open to.
Gotcha.
The US entity within a couple of hours.
Gotcha. I was just asking because I was curious because based on what country, continent you're on, and maybe even state in the US, their regulations are going to be different. So I'm curious to know because California has different laws when it comes to data privacy and stuff, because it seems that you are doing some market analysis. So the next question, I think, so I have 2 more questions, and the next one that I'll ask is, how are you going to regulate and ensure that no MNPIs are training your model?
Very simple. I mean, we will comply. I mean, as I said, I've been in financial services all my life. I have a few companies for my other ventures in UK, US, Germany, Bahrain. In Bahrain, we're in the regulatory sandbox with the central bank. In the UK, my other company has been invited to the regulatory sandbox by the FCA. As I said, I mean, we will comply with whatever regulation there is in a particular country. That's the name of the game. There is no other way. Financial services is a heavily regulated industry.
So you don't see these regulations significantly changing your model for now? You just think this would be...
It's just a cost to comply. Other than that, I mean, it won't affect, because what we're doing is we're creating convenience for any user, okay, whether it's B2B, B2C, or B2B2C. So I don't see any issues with it. We've already spoken to a number of regulators.
Okay, and then I guess my last question would be, so you talked about predicting market trends, and then having an AI agent who's basically kind of calculating the dips in the market and kind of monitoring all of that. So my question would be, there are a couple of apps, I think Robinhood's AI does something very similar. Alinea Invest, very similar. So what makes your product different than those two that are already in the market?
Good question. Thank you very much. First of all, Robinhood's business model is very different. Okay, if they were to introduce something like DeepWire, they'll be simply cannibalizing their product. Okay, they don't. They benefit from users trading where it's market goes up and down. We specifically only focusing on identifying deep value undervalued assets. Okay, that's one thing. Second, I don't believe anyone combines blockchain, AI, and crypto wallets the same way we do, because you cannot have truly agentic investing without combining all these three elements. For what we're
I think Alinea does do that to a certain extent, and they have been experimenting a lot with that. So that's why I was curious to know.
I'm not familiar with Alinea, I'll be totally honest. Robinhood,
Yeah,
I know very well.
I think that's definitely something. I think you can look into that because they have been on the market for a couple of years, and I think doing very similar to yours. But once again, thank you for the presentation, and I'll let the other judges ask you some questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Pratik, please.
Yeah, I think I was having some internet issues, but I have the same question about how it's different than Wealthfront or Robinhood. I think you covered that already.
Pratik, I cannot hear you.
I think your audio is a little bit low. Could you? I know you're on the fly. Yeah, but can you speak a little bit louder? Is it possible?
Yeah, I think I had the same question as the previous judge as to, I think you covered up, some parts of that already, how it's different than Wealthfront or Robinhood AI because they are also robo-advisors.
Sorry, Augusto, can you repeat the question because I could not hear it?
Yeah, I couldn't understand either. I'm truly sorry about that. Can you type? Could you type it on the chat? He's curious if you think robo advisors are similar and what extra your product has to offer.
So this is not really a robo advisor. This is agentic investing. So we don't provide an advice. Once you select your criteria, it actually executes and invests automatically.
Okay. Do you have any follow-up, Pratik? Awesome. Yeah, he just thanked, and I guess we can go to the next judge. So, Preeti, please.
Yeah, hey Sarko. I really liked your idea. It's a good combination of blockchain and AI. I really liked it, and I also had the same question as similar to Vaishnavi, like how your product is different from already existing products in the marketing, and you have already answered that question. I have one more question. It's like you shared like integration with Telegram and WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So, like, what thought brought that in your mind? Like, let's integrate. Like, what is the main purpose? You'll be sharing the trend or the investment?
Yeah, good question. Thank you very much, Preeti. Because I looked at the competitors, okay, and they're all offering, and it's, I don't know whether it's convenience, but some of the competitors I looked at, they were offering similar integrations, and I thought, that's not that difficult. So I created simply added it as a additional nice to have feature.
Okay, and just a layman question, like how you're maintaining the security part, like.
Security part, very good question. So we first of all, the product is not live yet because it requires a license, but we have quotes from a number of cybersecurity vendors who provide managed services who are already working with with the likes of, from Goldman Sachs to Robinhood to Charles Schwab to everyone, and we have quotes for them, and we'll be starting with their startup package, which will be roughly $5,000 pounds, depending on jurisdiction, a month. So they will provide us, with their cybersecurity software.
Okay. That's great. Yeah. Thank you for the presentation, Sagar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Priti. Aditya, you can go next, please.
Sure. Hey, Sergo. Great presentation, by the way. So I had a couple of questions. You pretty much showed on your slide that you had a total acquirable market, right? So what's your total serviceable market? Like, who are your top customers?
Good question. It really depends. I mentioned on one of the slides that this can work as B2B, B2C, or B2B2C. So we recently had, funny enough, an inbound request from a multifamily office that operates in the UK, North America, and Europe, and they wanted to invest and white label our solution. So it really depends which market segment you look at. But I would prefer, at the end, I mentioned on the financial ask that I'm looking for a strategic partner, not just a financial partner who could open those doors. And there is one particular financial institution I have in mind that operates across 3 continents. They have B2B, B2C clients, and they would be some like ideal for us because they already have hundreds of millions of customers. And we could easily, if we were to do a deal with them, versus that family office that operates, relatively small, just a couple of billion here and there. With that particular financial institution, we could have hundreds of millions of customers across the globe. So it depends how you look at it.
Okay, makes sense. All right. So this was your weekend project. You mentioned that, right?
Correct.
So did you use Replit, Lovable? What did you use to build?
So I've used a few things actually. I started with V0, then I did, give me a second, then Bolt. But let me tell you something. All the recent stuff that I have developed, I've been only using Claude. And I'm planning to completely revamp the tech stack and add especially the agentic functionality, but I'll be doing it with Claude.
Okay. So what's your plan on scalability? Because you're using AI to write code, correct? So
Correct.
If you have to scale to a bigger audience, let us say you launch tomorrow, and then, assuming that within 3 months, you have a customer base of 10,000 plus users.
Yep.
So then things get really challenging, right? So how are you going to scale? What's your idea on scaling?
Again, scaling, as I said, that particular financial institution, they are very strong in fintech, okay? And we had the initial discussion with them, and they had some ideas how they scaled their payments and other products across different continents. So I guess we'll be getting some help from them because they already done. I haven't done it. I'll be brutally honest, okay? I haven't done anything like that. They have done it across a number of continents: North America, South America, and Europe, and Africa.
Okay, all right. Well, that answered my questions. Thank you so much, Sergey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you. So, Nadvip, you can go next, please.
Sure. Thanks, Peter. Hey, Sergio, great presentation. Love the idea, love the interface, love the knowledge base, and especially the fact that you are kind of citing articles or citing information from kind of trustworthy sources. It's not just random information that is coming up. So a lot of positives. I had 2 questions, and I also realized it's kind of difficult to go like 3rd or 4th because a lot of good questions are already kind of covered. But let me kind of ask you 2 questions which have not been answered yet. One is, and before I ask my question, one clarifying question. I think you're looking at just value investing, right? It's not a day trading or a...
No, value. Because value doesn't happen every day.
Correct.
It may, theoretically it may, but it doesn't happen.
Correct.
Yeah.
So in that context, so even when it comes to value investing, I think there are several different approaches that one could be taking. You can be looking at it purely from a fundamental standpoint in terms of the fundamentals of the company,
Thank you.
or you can go into technical analysis.
Thank you.
And again, within that, there are multiple layers. You can go with Elliott wave or
Correct.
a number of things, right?
Correct.
So, is there a specific, and again, you don't have to kind of mention the specifics, but are you kind of optimizing your models with a specific
Thank you. I didn't expect, you are the first one. I've done a couple of online pitches. You're the first one who asked this question, but happy to answer. Okay, so there are two famous investors in the world when it comes to value investing. One is Warren Buffett, and the second one is Peter Lynch. And I'll tell you a little secret, Navdeep. I plugged in Peter Lynch's criteria into LLM.
That is amazing. And have you been kind of validating the output in terms of based on what your human assessment would have been of a particular decision versus what the LLM output has been? Have you been able to measure that?
I have done a little bit, but you need data. So I'm talking to some large financial institutions who provide this data, because you need data. You need, for backtesting, you need data. And what I discovered in recent months is that this data doesn't exist for free, and it's quite expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I've been talking to them to get into their startup programs, so I can get access to this data for, I mean, they have 30 years of data or even more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking for, but it's not cheap, Navdeep. It's very expensive, actually.
No, totally. And I saw you are using TradingView APIs right now. I mean, just through the interface, right?
Yeah.
I think it might not hurt just reaching out to TradingView and happy to connect offline.
TradingView, actually, if you look at the charts and the ticker tape are from TradingView, but TradingView, it's not their data, as I discovered. Mm-hmm. It's actually third-party data. They only provide the widgets and charts and stuff, but the data is not theirs, my friend.
I did not know that. Yeah. So that's good information for me as well.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, in terms of, as you're thinking about scaling it, one of the things you would want to do is, and again, I know you are kind of going with the B2B route as the first avenue, but if you wanted to kind of understand the overall adoption, and I do agree that licensing can be a big challenge, but what about kind of modulating it into a tip, what are those websites, tip rank, or some of the other signal type of websites where you can kind of start giving recommendations, see how the traction is, and then kind of also build up pitch. It kind of helps your pitch to the potential investors in terms of what is the traction you are able to get, what is the overall adoption you are able to see, how many subscribers you are able to get by making that kind of move in a non-regulatory or less regulatory space. Just curious about your thoughts. It was something
very good idea. Navdeep, I would greatly appreciate if you could share the name of the company. I would love to explore that, please.
Sure, absolutely. Let me kind of send you a text right after.
Yeah, you can ask for Augusto and I'll send Sergio email so you guys can sort that out later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, perfect. And Pran, you can ask the last question for this panel, please.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Sergey, for the presentation. I just have two, questions to ask because most of them covered many things that I wanted to ask. One is, you said that the current value investing is your MVP. So what was your overall scalable roadmap, if this is the MVP for you to start off with?
Scalable roadmap?
Yeah.
Okay,
do you have a roadmap to, add on to more features like options and swaps and
correct. We want to add more functionality, but as I said, before running, I would like to walk. So I would like to get a basic license, because the more functionality you have, the more difficult or more costly licensing becomes. So I want to start with a B2B, which is less regulated, and the basic product, and then add B2C and more complex products, because from the regulatory perspective, it's actually more complex and more costly.
Yeah, understandable. And in terms of all the feeds that you have for the LLM, I know that you mentioned there are APIs that are connecting. Are you also using any specific guardrails or MCP connectivity to any specific sourcing, like risk weight percentage, RWA, any calculation that can come in as a feed before it gives a suggestion for an investing pattern?
Cool. Good question, Prem. Let me tell you what I did. So initially, I started with Yahoo Finance. Then I was getting data from Google. But I realized that they all have limitations. I don't know which one, but one of them is definitely has 30 API calls per hour, which doesn't really work for me. I'll tell you why. As soon as I put it on my LinkedIn profile and I have 20,000 followers, it went through the roof. Okay, I had 10,000 views a day. And once you exhaust this 30 API calls per hour, then the screen goes basically blank. So I had to switch to simulated data. Okay, because anything else costs money and serious money. So that's where I am. Plus, there is a potentially legal regulatory issue, because if people start trading with the live data, then it's my responsibility. So I don't have a license yet. There's not even a legal entity. So that's why I switched to simulated data, but I'm happy to switch to real data as soon as I have a license and I'm able to cover the cost.
Okay, one final question. I was just curious to know, if you scale this and just not go by the LLMs with the existing sourcing, because large banks and even small banks, they take all the services from Bloomberg and other feeds, right? So
Yeah.
how are you going to pitch to those kind of customers who are already investing on these feeds to come up with their judgments? And how are you going to
Very,
make it?
very simple. It's a very good question, Prem, and I appreciate, because I worked for Bloomberg. My first job after my second master's degree in Germany was working for Bloomberg, and I know how much Bloomberg costs. Okay, but this summer I attended Anthropic had a couple of events. They've introduced Claude for financial services, and it was music to my ears, because you can subscribe to an enterprise. You can have an enterprise account with Claude, which is, I don't know, 40 or 50 accounts, and guess what? You get all those feeds included, my friend. So you don't have to actually pay, and it's actually works out to be cheaper at the end of the day.
Okay. And does that have a limit of what sizing that you're going to offer to the businesses? Because it consumes large amount of data that comes through, right? So I don't know if they have a limitation in terms of the sizing and consumption that.
They have not mentioned any limitations, because, as I said, they're targeting large enterprise accounts. It's not available for retail clients. It is only available to enterprise clients, and you need to have 40 or 50 minimum accounts on an annual basis, annual subscription, and it comes with all the bells and whistles. It's not just Bloomberg. They have FactSet, they have Morningstar, they have everything, my friend. And they go back decades in terms of the data.
Right. That's it from my side. Thanks.
And yeah, I would like to thank you, Sergo, for your presentation. Actually, thank you for being here in those last demo days as well. This is the last demo day of the year. Having you here is very important for us. So, Sergo, thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I have one last comment, please?
Yeah, sure.
Prem, you mentioned you work for Sumitomo. I know their London office, and I know how much they're doing in terms of blockchain in Japan. I'd love to pick your brains offline, if I may.
Sure, we can connect.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll ask Augusto to send Fran the mail, and then I send Sergo emails to Fran, and vice versa. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Perfect.
Thank you, Sergo. Always bringing the high energy pitch. That was awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
We can now bring our next presenter to the to the screen, and we will have here Wangzi. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Glad you made it this time. We are eager to hear your project. So please introduce yourself, and you can present your project.
Hello, and hello everyone. My name is Guangze, and I was working as a machine learning researcher in a research institution. I'm doing the AI for science. like for the detail, it's about using the large language model, using the architecture to model the DNA sequence. And you can get some insights from the mutation of that DNA sequence. And also about the structure, the subdomain of the DNA sequence. And I recently just quit my job at making a social media platform, which is called the Synapse. Shall I present the slides?
Yeah, perfect. You can share your screen. If you have like audio to share it, you should like toggle the audio sharing as well.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah. Moved up to the stage. You can present your pitch. You have 10 to 12 minutes, and then you move to Q&A panel. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, Guangzhe. Good luck.
So the platform is called the Synapse. What Synapse do is to create a social media platform for the researcher and scientific community. And why I'm making this app is because if you're looking at the current researchers, they're all posting the blogs because you have the mathematical equations and you have the code snippets and you also have the video or the image. So like those different kind of media type is not suitable for the current social media platform. Because like there's loads of limitations on the current social media. For example, you have to limit the content in certain length, and you also cannot arrange your post in any order. For example, in this neuroscience post, they have all the images that crammed at the bottom of the post, which will lose the contextual information. And also, like you can't post a lot of different media types, like the audio and the files. So because those limitations, which hinders rich and nature expression and result in information loss. For example, this is a post this is a lecture talking about the history of AI. And like, because there's multiple different media types, for example, the video, and you have the file, and you also have the text. So you literally have to open 3 apps in order to view this post. So what I'm proposing is to use I call it like object-oriented modular post. Basically, you have different media types. For example, you have the text, you have image, you have video, and you also have all kinds of different media types. And you can stack those different media types in any order. For example, a text and an event, and then another text and some audio. So like in this way, you can compose your post in any order that is good for scientific and research community. And I also like created this, you can filter the information by media type. For example, you can filter by the people, by the location, video, or files, which would be handy, I think. And the last thing is like these AI-powered research filters that suits your needs. Because
different people have different social needs. For some, it's about finding friends.
I think there are some. Because different people have different social needs, and current platforms, for example, you have the YC platform, and you have the Tinder. You have to manually filter out those noise among the signal. So you have all those noise, and you have to like swipe left or right, or like click on interest, and then finally you can find the people that match your suits. And this one, I think, like using.
Yeah, we've lost your screen. About like 2 minutes ago, we lost it.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah. Okay, so you can go back into the, perfect.
Yes. So like another function is using the AI-powered algorithm that do the people matching. Like currently, different people have different social needs. For example, someone are looking for the co-founders or investors, and researchers are looking for the collaborators or co-authors. But current platform, you have to do this manual filtering. For example, in YC co-founder match, you have to like click interest, invite. And in Tinder, you also have to swipe left or right to choose like to find the people that you need. Basically, I see this as you have only few signals among the sea of the noise. And the method I proposed is to using the machine learning, and you can just use the natural language to tell your preferences. For example, I'm looking for a co-founder with full stack dev skills that is passionate about social media, and the machine learning can pass your intention and actively filtering out those noise and find the people that you really need. And I think, and now I'm going to present how this social media actually looks like. Okay. This is the prototype I'm creating right now. And as you can see, in this post, you can post like multimedia stuff. For example, you can have the mathematical equation, which is good if some researchers want to share their idea. And you can also have like this math equation. This code block. And like in the comments, you can it can also support like multimedia stuffs too, just as like in the post. You can post the files. For example, you can post the paper, and you can also post ask some questions with the math equation in it. Another thing is like this one, you can compose the post in any order. For example, you can post some text and then some image, maybe this one, and then another text. And then you can post some like audio content in it. Like in this way, it can give the creator a lot of freedom to use it. And finally, I'm going to talk about the market. Like the market insights and the trends. Like currently, the social media is under a huge potential. If you like look at the history of the user base growth and the revenue growth, it's like 26% of the CAGR over the past 10 years. And you can see the stable global social media user growth over the past 10 years. And the business model, like the majority of the social media, they gain the money from the ads, and some of them are like around 25% of them are from the freemium model. For example, you can subscriptions in the X or in the YouTube so that you can get the ad free. I think that's all I have to talk. And for the go-to-market, because I'm currently targeting the research and the scientific community, I think so I will like going to the universities and finding the students and the professors and hopefully some researchers, and to see if they are interested in this product. And there is actually a huge user base of it. There's around like 1 billion knowledge workers that actively creating those contents. So this one is really a good suit for them. Yes, that's all I have to talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Gunther. Nice presentation, actually. Thank you so much for being here. I have a lot of feelings about your project as well, so I hope the judges can ask good questions about it. I will move then to the main panel. So we have all of them here. I guess Pratik has some connection issues. He won't be available right now. But yeah, just to be clear, okay, will be the last pitch that you guys will be judging. We're going to have a panel exchange after that, so the event can move on. So you guys have like 15 minutes maybe for this Q&A. So thank you. And I'm sorry again.
Vaishnavi, no worries.
Vaishnavi,
Yeah.
If I told you, like, my name is Pedro, so it's hard as well. But no problem.
No worries. I get it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the presentation. Immediately when you were talking about it, I actually have two friends who are in research, one on the academic side and one, at a big company, tech company. And so I really do think there is a market for, what you're building. Based off of that, I wanted to ask two questions. So the first one is more related to the user interface. Because you were showing how people can kind of like almost like post like Reddit. So maybe this is also kind of a suggestion that maybe if you had categories, or are you planning to have categories? Because me posting about mathematical equations and then someone else posting about biocell research, like those are completely different categories. So how do you plan to address that?
So there's currently two ways to do it. Like the first one is using the forum-like structure. You have different topics and you discuss different topics under those sections. And the second one is to using, if you have a good recommendation system, so it can pick what's your interest and doing the siloed recommendation to you. For example, it finds you only interested in molecular science, and all your feeds will be based on those things. And I think maybe the hybrid one, you have the good recommendation system, and you also have the topics that you can quickly filter out what you need.
Okay, that sounds good. Then the second question that I had was, so I guess like research, especially in academia, they are very famously known for, either being underpaid or sometimes, the TAs that are maybe like grad students, they don't get any pay at all. So I would love to know a little bit more about how you plan to scale this, or like what kind of monetization model you intend to have that will, keep the business sustainable, but also keep in mind the financial background of the users.
Oh, yes. For the current, I did some survey of the current social media platforms, for example, the YouTube, Facebook, or X, and the majority of the revenue is coming from the advertisement.
Okay.
Around like 75% of the money. And I think for this platform, it is the same. It's from the advertisement. So like the user, I don't hope like user have to pay for the content that they shared. So it's basically for free. And if they want to like get money from their content, they can set it. But by default, it's free, and we get the revenue from the advertisement.
So because your audience is so niche, are you planning on having only ads that are, very niche to the research industry, or is it just any ads in general, the way other social medias do?
I think it would be more related with research, because for example, those companies seeing like this platform, the audience is from the academics. So the companies are mainly from, like, for example, some conferences and some device manufacturer company that's targeting those audience.
All right, that sounds very good and great presentation. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Vaishnavi. Aditya, you can go next, please.
Sure. Higanzo, that was a great presentation. Pretty much, I had a few questions. So, in the research area, there are apps like ResearchGate, right? So that is gonna be a prime competitor to you, and a lot of people are on ResearchGate. and they do have payment methods and people following each other. Pretty much all the things that you're trying to do here, ResearchGate has them in some sort of a way, right? So how is your platform really different from ResearchGate, and what is your unique selling point?
Yes, there's many people are using the ResearchGate, but this one, I think because I never tried the mobile version of the ResearchGate, but like this version, this one is tailored for the mobile experience, and you have the social functions of the following, follow, and comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so sorry, I didn't notice much about the ResearchGate.
Sure. My advice to you would be, have a look at ResearchGate, the mobile version. It pretty much has all things related to research. So, have a unique selling point. That would be my say. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, and I'll let the next judge speak.
Thank you, Aditya. Prem, you can go next, please.
Thanks for the presentation. It was good. The other two people covered most of the questions, but my thing is, why do you want to restrict only with research? Large companies are struggling with focused contents that to filter noise, even in many departments, right? Could be HR, it could be data analytics, business analytics, who are doing these things. I'm just curious to know why you only restricting it to research-oriented people, academic, not the business.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I think for the initial marketing, I'm going like the initial heart is to because you can share the math equation and the code snippet. So I think it would be great to targeting those researchers. But from the long-term view, I hope this platform the audience could be as broad as possible. It's like everyone can use it, because
Okay. Yeah, and one more question. The LLM that you use behind this, in terms of specific targeted, if you want to scale it up to different industries, you need to have a pipeline of the in-house database that feeds in to your model, right? So is your product scalable to include those pipelining?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your presentation, sir. Thanks.
Sorry. Thank you, Prem, for your questions. Pretty, you can go next, please.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the presentation. It was a great presentation. I just have one question. So, how are you maintaining the authenticity of the data? Like, how will you maintain the authenticity?
Authenticity. Do you mean there's many like AI created contents for the spam?
With the LLMs, yes.
Yes, I do think there's many AI created contents and spams that are rifling on current social media platforms. And currently there is the automated filtering based on the usage history. And there's also another part is like the know your customer. So you basically have to make the posting the criteria stricter for those users if they want to post like a lot of contents. For example, you have to put your phone numbers in it and that kind of stuff.
Okay, but that comes to authenticity of the user. I was just curious about the data, like whatever the data they are presenting. So how will you maintain the copyright of that data?
How do I maintain the copy of the data?
Mm-hmm.
So currently I'm using the Superbase, and the data is in the database. So it is securely managed in there.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Nadvip, please wrap up.
Totally. As I said, I think going last to ask a question is always very difficult because all the kind of interesting questions, everything you were thinking about already gets covered. But great presentation, Gongze. I think I don't have a question, but I have a few thoughts that I would share and kind of let you kind of reflect on. I think overall, my uh, s- uh, my overall thoughts are very similar to frame why restricted to a particular domain and not expand this the technology that you have can be applicable to many different use cases. But at the same time, I would say more than kind of building the technology, it is important to have that focus. So I would, I mean, I truly appreciate that you are kind of so focused on the specific niche that you are targeting. But just piggybacking on what Prem said, what I would say is make sure you kind of stay focused for now, but do all the experimentation, test the market, and then if that's not the suitable market, you realize you can easily pivot this technology to other use cases. The use case that comes to mind for me from my area, and that is not definitely the only use case that you can go after. There are many of these applications, but one thing that comes to mind is brand safety. So if you think about all these retail companies or all the larger organizations, they're always looking for influencer partnerships. They are always looking for social media campaigns. The things that we want to understand is who are the right creators or who are the right influencers that we would want to partner with. And that primarily happens on two layers. One is this influencer creating content in the niche that is relevant to the campaign that I want to run. And second, based on the historical content this person has created, is that going to be safe to the brand that I have? And brand guidelines can be very different from one company to another. There are people who are going to be very restrictive in what kind of partnership they want to assess. There are people who are going to be more open to have a higher risk tolerance in terms of that brand reputation. So again, it's more of a suggestion. It's great that you are focusing, but test and learn the market. If the market kind of gets you the result that you are hoping for, go super deep. And if you don't get that initial expectation return, can kind of you can easily pivot to many different use cases. The use case I told was just one of the many examples out there. So keep experimenting is what I would say, and what my suggestion would be here.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a really good advice.
Okay. Thank you, Glenn. I will be moving up some cameras here. So thank you once again for a presentation, for a pitch. Don't forget to put your project into the Artizen Fund. As you have pitched with us, you have a spot on our curation pool. So if you have enough votes there, you can be curated to the investment rounds. Okay. So thank you so much. If you need more information, you can email me. I will reply to earlier Monday. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Move you down into the backstage area. Moving the judges again. So I'm not seeing anyone. Thank you everyone for being here. I think Augusto is getting in touch with the next panel of the judges. If you talking about him?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm here. Some people that are supposed to come on the next panel are kind of running late a little bit. They told me so. If you wanna or if you can, you can judge the next panel as well. It's okay. Just thinking about your schedule. So yeah, if you can stay, that would be awesome. And we can bring up the next presenter.
Sure.
I will just pull Ali to the stage. So welcome, Ali. If you can, please introduce yourself so we can get to know you.
Yeah. Hey, so my name is Shujat Ali Badami, and I go by Ali because it's difficult to pronounce my whole name. And I am a quantum IoT research engineer based in Chicago. So means I've been doing this field from last 4 years, and before that I was just focused on IoT. But the recent trends in cryptography and the quantum computer will be able to break so many encryptions. So I pivoted my field, to include the quantum into the IoT field to further enhance the research.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So let's bring our next presenter.
Which
to
will be
the
Gina.
stage. Will be Gina.
I will move you guys back down to the backstage area again. Thank you. So, Gina, are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. You can, I don't know if you have a camera, but you can introduce yourself. Say something about how did you came up to your project. Then you have 10 minutes to present. You have time as well for a demo, and then you end up to the Q&A. We still can't see or listen to you, but I'm seeing that you already shared your screen. Yeah.
I got you. Just give me 1 second. Can you see? You can see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, perfect. So, my name is James, and I'm a Black American, and I went to public school, then a college, and I switched my major a lot of times. I went from art to computer science to design, back to computer science to psychology to design, and then finally design engineering. And now I design tech and Web3 for companies with my main company, MetaWave Studio. What we built was Mental Health Academy, and this is a next-gen learning management software. So the top criticisms I've learned from all my major switches is that computer science is filled with jargon and a lot of technically dense knowledge. And literacy rate for Americans is, I think, sixth grade, 52%. The average literacy rate is about sixth grade level, and it's decreasing. And even with tools such as AI, it's still decreasing because a lot of people are tuning in more towards AI entertainment and content than they are actual tools for intellectual knowledge, because intellectual knowledge doesn't pay well unless you know somebody. So many people also don't trust psychology because it's a young science, filled with a lot of facts and stuff. And then finally, art. I learned that biggest criticism about art was digital artists, a lot about tax breaks, right? I know somebody that works at art, and they said the illiquid market in art is a feature, not a bug, because yada, yada, yada. So I came into this space with like a really critical right brain, like artistic mindset. And what I'm going to try to argue here is that all these huge multi-billion-dollar companies have entirely got DeFi, blockchain, and crypto all wrong. So my first point is nobody called the internet Web 2. We didn't need to sell it. We didn't need to invent a fancy name for it. We didn't need to borrow language from Gen Z in order to explain it. People just built desirable things. Facebook came out, MySpace came out, and people joined because they were interesting things. Now the attention economy is like really hard market. So the language is changing, and that language is changing into viral hooks and media to grab your attention and hold it. So my second point is companies preaching for Web3 adoption are obviously incentivized by profit, but what they're failing to analyze is the sociological impacts of what a digital Pangea would look like and what the conjoining values of a whole bunch of cultures masked by the pseudo-anonymity of being online actually entails. And then third is that AI is growing, but with financial incentives now baked into every app on chain, it's becoming more so a tool for manipulation, Sybil attacks, hacks, and inorganic growth, for which I'll give my solution here for in a second. And that is for learning to be a tool that's valuable and also equitable for people. That's not a distraction or heavy risk. And for Ethereum, blockchain, and decentralized distributed networks to meet their greatest social potential, we need to start from pragmatical indexical speech. And that's going to start with making modular and kinesthetic designs that are hands-on, entertaining, and friendly enough for even the lowest level of reading comprehension, sixth grade level and under, technical comprehension. And we can analyze Mr. Beast's stuff and all that, but oops. So That's why we made Mental Wealth Academy, and we want to make an explosive take on micro universities in the digital world using our modular LMS system. So as we talked about the problems are Web3 education, onboarding, and the lack of human-centered design because it's financial-centered. We want to change that because if education is to evolve, learning has to become exciting and more significant than a certificate. This is just a little meme I made on left and right brains and how kinesthetic learning, hands-on learning actually helps and activates both hemispheres of the brain. And neuroplastic pathways, when you're using something like this, you're opening up new gateways in learning. But if the only tool we have to offer is a wallet app or a pseudo Instagram or pseudo Twitter with a wallet inside of it, it feels very much like extraction. But that's something that a lot of people won't say because they're so in tune with trying to figure it out that by the time they do figure it out, we don't get that initial true seed of thought, which is why does the wallet have to be in there when blockchain accounts are more so accounts than wallets? They have a lot of ways that we can use the data and transactions and stuff like that in other ways. So the core pillars of our brand are empathy, education, and excellence. As we said before, we have a micro university. So what that means is we want to have 4 weeks of gamified onboarding, kind of like pop-up shops, how pop-up shops in fashion or Evangelion, if any of you guys are anime fans, the younger people, pop-up shops happen a lot and they're like these sporadic pop-up things. Build Space was a really good example of one, and that's where this idea actually originated from. About 2 or 3 years ago. I met the rest of my team 2 or 3 years ago, and we've been working on this since. We all came together organically. We have quests, shards, rewards, evolving togetherness. We have the market, which is set to grow. Right now, like we look at our competitions, we have BetterHelp, which has sold data to Facebook. We have Coursera, LinkedIn, and all of these platforms are serving stagnant video content where users can just click through or double the speed, and you're more incentivized by getting that LinkedIn certificate, right? You're more incentivized by finishing that certificate to get that job. So learning becomes like second on the totem pole in order to learning. So we're trying to put an emphasis on learning. Those are our target markets, our competition, the amount of money we're looking to raise. And this is screenshots of the code that we built, which is our virtual LMS system. So it has a modular design. We're actually looking to service B2B companies. So for example, this modular design for if we wanted to service it for like, let's say a small church or a youth group, we use our software, they use their branding. Maybe we help them out, but we plug in a membership, which could just simply be ranged from a simple token to a simple NFT gate or none of that and abstracted. But what this does is it would allow the university or youth groups to like manage and delegate decision making and transparency. And that's where the pragmatic indexable language comes from. So a lot of the AIs, they get tripped up on words like this or that, which change meaning every second. But when we're applying it to an actual agent that's interacting, what we call it a daemon agent that's actually interacting with your company's data, your community, and automatically executing things for you, it becomes less of a hassle. So we have learning management software, Quest, ownership, and we're powered with Eliza OS. And I can give a live demo really quick because I think this is like, I made this really large, so it looks like high def because I'm a designer, but it's loading super slow. This is a picture of the DAO. So these are the quest. These are the voting options. So users can vote on here. They can see the vaulted treasury, their profile, their credit, which can go up or down depending on how many votes they've participated in, other quests that they've activated. So these quests can be set and managed by the company. And the points from these quests can actively be placed in here. Credit score from here can actually be set to gatekeep certain decisions for certain credits. So say you have like a really big treasury bounty that you want everybody's opinion on in a decentralized system, you would preferably want to separate the higher amount bounties from the lower amount bounties for people who are actually active and engaged 24/7, while still having the system modular enough to, accommodate both of those people. So adding data, the Daemon model agent that we're working with. Yes?
Sorry, we have 2 minutes to end up, okay?
2 minutes till it's done?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the pitch part, okay? Then we move to Q&A.
Okay. So that's that team identity with the NFT collection that we made, packets of digital items that we want to service to people and show them, growth ladder, concept map, and it's really based on the quest and DAO. So we're trying to connect the messaging to connection to the DAO. It's the rewards, making it low risk, and back to the quest and back to the system, back to the DAO. So a full loop ecosystem. So you can get creative and help us. And here's some designs I made for the end. And this is just some stuff that we're working on. This is a article I made a couple years ago studying Constitution DAO. And as I said, I would argue that the way that we've had decentralization wrong is evident in projects like this, where these are basically acting as pseudo DAOs, where people crowdfunded through the token and they used the crowdfunded money, exchanged it, lost money in it, went for a bid, didn't win for the bid, had to return the money, exchange it back to the token, more money lost in gas, and then return to the people. Some people didn't buy it. They probably made fees off the trading token at the end, so maybe they became profitable from this. But this is the kind of pseudo decentralization that we see in Web3 when marketing and money making is at the core value of it, and which is why I think we should switch to a more socialist system. B2B plan that I explained, and I think I can close this.
Yeah. Okay, Gina. Thank you for your presentation. I move the judges up so we can have the Q&A. Disha, Prem, and then we have Ollie as well, who has highlighted. Yeah, perfect.
Hey, Gina. Okay, so great presentation, by the way. So, a couple of questions I had was, I see that you are an early stage product, right? So have you had any serviceable market? Have you done any, market survey, or, have you had initial pilot program customers that actually validate your idea?
Hello. I guess, Gina, yeah.
I'm sorry, you're saying, have we gotten any users or testers that have validated our idea?
Exactly, yep.
Okay, yeah, we have a really small community, but we do have some people that have reached out and that have believed in us, that have been supporting us through. So yeah, we're still early. We're still looking for people. We're still looking to test this design out. That's part of the process. Throughout the design process to where we are now, there's been a lot of prototype testing in Figma, a lot of quizzes, research, surveys, and stuff like that. So I would say that's where we've done more of our research instead of actually, getting users with the product. Like I said, I'm more of a designer artist, but AI has allowed us to bridge this over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd suggest you, test it out in the market and, look at the potential of your idea, so that if you are able to get at least 10 paying customers, that'd be really great. And when I talk about payment model as well, so did you mention anything about your payment model? Like, what's your, do you have a monthly revenue or an annual revenue in mind?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It changes based on who we're servicing to. For example, if we're servicing B2B, then we're giving them the modular service to digitize their community, right? Youth groups, small churches that want to get digital and want to stay connected with people besides a group chat, with the transparency and socialism aspects of blockchain, we're servicing B2B. But for B2C and customers, we have events, and those events are pseudo decentralized. Basically, like what we do is we house, 3 different brands and communities with live events, and people have this is what we've tested out. People have paid to register and go to the events. We did test runs on Farcaster with the mini app, let people sign up and come to events, just $1 to register. So really low commitment, but we still had that commitment. We've been a little bit successful with 5-10 people groups coming up. So I would say that's pretty successful, especially for an education market in the crypto niche bubble that's full of degens. Like degens are the main target, right? But we're trying to seek a different kind of niche in there because I think we got it wrong a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
Hey Gina, so this is Ali. So my question is like, this is a lot, right? You got the LMS, the DAO tooling, the NFT membership, the AI agent. So I guess my question is for a B2B customer who just wants to launch a course, and how do you onboard them without overwhelming them? Like, what's the minimal viable setup for them to, get onboarded and they don't feel overwhelmed with all of this stuff?
So Mental Health Academy is the next gen education system. So when users sign up, they get a fully modular system. They don't need to know about crypto. They don't need to know about anything. Just as Clanker sets up token economics for people, we set up the framework for them to have a modular educational design. So they don't need to really know about anything. We just show them that we have the daemon agent working in the background, which is basically a RAG model, which works with their company data, and with ELIZA OS, it self-executes for things. So for example, even though it has AI in it, we don't have to overly explain the technicalities of AI because we tell them you have your company data, and then they set the parameters for the DAO voting. And to them, it's just a feature with voting. Like it's just really gamified and abstracted. So it's kind of like, just kind of like touch and go.
So kind of it's like a gamification of the education system, like to interact with the younger people, the Gen Z.
Yeah. And I know, and even for me sometimes, like I know the one confusing part is that it's a lot of new tech, but the thing is we're trying to abstract them because we think they're better in a social distributed system where everybody has a little power. So for example, with the agent and the DAO tooling, you can tweak it so the AI is one of the strongest pain points that we've seen in DAOs is that voting is a form of labor, and that a lot of these big DAOs, they don't want to commit to the time of voting every single week, which is why we consider ourselves a micro DAO. So for example, if you have a 4-week university or a 4-week pop-up school, you only need to vote for decisions for those 4 weeks. And with the agent is throwing in weighted tokens. So you're voting with tokens. The agent has weighted token system, votes with that. Users get the abstracted version, which is, super safe, guardrails, but it's still like modular enough that they can hit setting, boom.
That's great, Gina. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess it's Prem. You're muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was on. Thanks, Gina. I feel that your model is very promising, and you would have some sort of a targeted application from a B2B perspective. I know that you're trying to look at large or rather smaller, open to everybody kind of a training solutioning. But if this can be customized to any specific, like you said, each company, whichever ties up with you on a B2B scale, can have their learning model connected and, kind of have a gamification that they already have. So all I wanted to know is, if I'm a company with, say, X number of employees, and I have some regulatory trainings and mandatory trainings, which currently people just go click, 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 and they just close it. But your model is kind of engage and put a scoring rate, and we know that how many people actually engage with it, right? So in that sense, how is it customizable on a specific use case?
You're saying how is it customizable for the admins or the users?
I'm saying if I want to closed loop to a group of, say, a group of a department within a company who would have a different criteria of taking the same training than the other departments within the same organization. Or in some cases, it could be applicable to every person. So the training aspect that I'm asking here is compliance related trainings, cybersecurity related trainings, regulatory related trainings, which are currently like click and go. Can that be incorporated into your model where the scoring is DAO based and where the scoring is and certification is based on engagement?
Okay, so you're saying that regulatory terms, the DAO, can't be modular.
Yeah, can it be modular, and can it be like a fixed set of rules that I want to implement to have somebody successfully finishing that training? Those set of rules can be changed.
So the way the DAO works is, one, we've built our daemon AI with agent kit from base. Agent kit from base, so the AI has its own crypto wallet. One of the biggest cybersecurity concerns is prompt injection. So we have guardrails for the prompt injection. But when users are, doing those activities, say you're the admin, right? You want to, you have a quest, and in that quest, you want to give out those points so they can have more voting power.
Right. That is that customizable, according
Yeah.
to the training model.
So you set the quest, and you set the reward points for it. The users who take the quest are now like on chain and in a list and in a Merkle tree, and you can just click accept, pass or fail. And pass is giving them points, failing is not giving them points. And those points in the background are, crypto tokens that they use for the voting power. But I mean, we just abstract it all and call it points.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to know how it can be implemented for regular training requirements for some of the mandatory trainings that each company do, which are currently basically, kind of click based. So you finish the number of clicks, it gives you a certification, says you're done. Versus the model that you're suggesting, will be interesting to know, because I don't know if you have tested it in actual sense.
Yeah,
Because right now it's just in Figma stage, right?
Yeah, so through our testing, we decided against certificates for now. Like, we have them designed, like we have a lot of stuff designed in our design system. So like we have a full brand kit, like you've seen, probably about like 500 hours plus of design work. We have certificates. The reason why we went against certificates is because that most crypto wallets are just kind of like points for spam. So if we gave them a blockchain account and then we provided them with a digital certificate like Learn Web3, it would just be sitting in their wallet. And, no matter how well we design it, it could be 3D, it could spam, it could have fireworks in the wallet. It's going to be next to a lot of spam that gets to them. Regardless of anything we do, we can't stop spam, from getting to your blockchain account. So we decided against the certification, and it's more so like badges and points. So we still have it in the back end because it could be applied. So if we imagine a situation from a scenario where it's all points and we don't think about the crypto and we don't think about the credit score and we don't think about the prize. At the end of the day, if this was McDonald's and this is a training video in a system, users are clicking this for their training videos and then they're getting points in their point system after the training video. And these points, we want these points to mean a lot more than the crypto does. We want these points to be, the fact that it is crypto is not super important, because we're more focused on the data that's on chain and getting quality data sets. And that's, I think, our biggest and our strongest point.
Yeah, I think it's a great value proposition. It will be good to see how it can customize and see it in a specific use case. Would be interested to know. Thanks, Sheena.
No problem. Let's keep in touch.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the judges, for the insights. Thank you, Gina, for your presentation as well. Cool project, actually. Education is the way to go, and having a more decentralized way to do it and more easily digestible for non-technical for everyone is very thoughtful of you. So thank you so much for our project here with us. We're going to move you into the backstage as well as the judges, so we can move up to the next feature and keep going to the live stream. Have a nice weekend.
Do you guys know about Easter Island?
Sorry?
Easter Island?
No.
No.
Oh, so do you guys know Chick-fil-A?
No,
Kinda,
I know it's
yeah.
a restaurant in New York.
So the Polynesian people of Easter Island, they had this competition, right? And in this competition, they chopped trees and carved them into totem poles. And they did it so much on the island that they cut the last tree and the ecosystem went away. And they never thought, why are we cutting the last tree? Because it was their competition, it was their pride, and they were all so into it. Was their sport. It was like football. So nobody said why should we, what no any complaints about not chopping those trees would have fell on deaf ears, and anybody who heard that complaint wouldn't have listened. So they chopped the last tree, and it ruined the ecosystem, it ruined the soil, and they couldn't grow any more crops, and they ended up starving on that island because they chopped that last tree.
Awesome.
That's my story. That's my dark story to end.
Yeah, we can see the passion behind the project, and that's great. That's what we look when we invite. And again, thank you very much. Don't forget to submit the project to the Artizen Fund, so you can get curated. You can get traction with
we're on.
And let's bring our next presenter. Thank you again, everybody.
Thank you.
See you.
So he has something with fingers, so it doesn't comes off alone. Wow, he's a magician.
Great. Yeah. So let's welcome
Speaking
again
about magic, we have Palash here.
Welcome,
Hi, everyone.
back. I heard there's another great, incredible project coming up.
Yep. Presenting a different project today. Okay. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm a builder in the Web3 space, and I'm going to be presenting this project called Semicolon Fingers. And just going to share screen.
Yeah, you don't need to rush it out. You can present yourself more in an informative way for the judges who doesn't know you to get in touch about yourself and your ideas. And then you have 12 minutes for your presentation. Okay, Palash?
Okay. Oh, I can only 5. Okay, 12 is great. Like I said, I'm a builder in the Web3 space, and I like exploring innovative uses of crypto. I really think it's what's possible with crypto is groundbreaking. And with that, let me introduce you to Semicolon Fingers, which is a project that is aimed at addressing the global loneliness epidemic. So if we go over the problems in short, which is what this project is in response to, we are the most connected generation in terms of devices and social networks and everything, but we are very deeply disconnected, unfortunately. So much so that the World Health Organization recently said that that loneliness is a growing epidemic, and it contributes to at least 800,000 deaths yearly. Additionally, online personas are profoundly manufactured. There's this whole concept of Rinsta and Finsta, which is real Insta and fake Insta, where the real Insta is held private while fake Insta is for the world to see. Part of the reason for this manufacturing is also because anonymity is quickly becoming a thing of the past, which is a serious concern, especially as stuff is being adopted in Europe and Australia, and I'm presuming slowly in the US as well. Then another problem that this is trying to address is that the killer apps for blockchains are primarily financial or more recently like very, very degenerate, which I personally have like a huge problem with. And I wonder if it has to be this way. And obviously I don't think so. So coming to semicolon fingers, the crux of this project is this emotion wheel or wheel of emotions. This was a wheel that was described by a psychologist, Robert Plutchik, in the 1980s. And he basically said that emotions are fluid, much like a color wheel. So these color mappings are not strict, but the idea that they are fluid and they can blend into each other is strict, or is the core idea behind it. So in response to does it have to be this way? It definitely does not. You can design a platform which begins with stories that maps to emotions and that which maps to colors. This can enable something like intentional discovery via colors as opposed to algorithmic infinite scrolls. You can connect to people via stories and experiences and not PR campaigns. And the personas are per address because it's blockchain based. They're unique and they're doxing resistant. Of course, once the address is linked to the human, it is very hard to delink it, but there is resistance until that point is reached. Then additional advantage of using blockchains is that mechanism design, which is inherent to tokenomics, is an immensely powerful thing. Token mining and what transactions mean can be redefined with app chains or application-specific blockchains. Especially as Ethereum works really hard to increase their scaling capacity. So if we go and take a quick look to the demo, the platform has two sides, a writing side and a reading side. On the writing side, a writer comes in and selects a color that they are most attracted to in that moment. So let's say it is yellow for now. And then they are provided with some prompts, and they select a prompt, and then they can write any story. And ideally, this is something deeply personal. And when they click next, they select a title, login, or enter their name, and they can publish it to the network, which creates a smart contract. And that's all too technical for this presentation. At the end, they're also asked a relief score, which helps with the color mapping at the end. Now, on the reader side, which is the interesting part, a reader lands on a page which only shows you the title of the story, a little bit of the story, and a big shuffle button, which is inspired from Stumble Upon, a very cool website from about a decade ago. The idea is that if this does not interest the reader, they can shuffle to another color or another story in this case, and this is informed by their app metrics. So how much time did they spend on this? How did they click on this or not, etc., etc. And let's say they do end up liking this color and like this prompt or this initial part of the story, they can click and continue to read the story. This is the core of the platform. Coming back to the slides. At its core, it has three modules: sentiment analysis, reader journeys, and token mining. So coming to sentiment analysis first, it is designed as binary support vector machines based on the wheel of emotions, where each axis is is a separate support vector machine, and the composite color is a result of the outputs from all of those machines, and it is also decentralized. So yeah, so story to emotion association is based on machine learning. The custom app chain, as I said before, helps you reimagine transactions, which allows you to move this heavy ML compute, which is the training of the SVMs, to the node level, because I am designing the app chain, so I control the nodes or the sequences. And the chain blocks can also contain a lot more data than just transaction information. They can actually be, they can actually form like an evolving data set. So readers are rewarded for providing data points, and this data points, which I did not show you in the demo because it's not really built right now, but periodically the readers can provide or are prompted with, what is your emotion right now? What do you think the emotion of this story or the color of this story is? And they're provided with like a slider where which they can submit, and that helps train the ML model based on the tokens they have encountered so far since their last data point update. Sequencers are also permitted to sell inference based on this data set, which is thanks to X402, which is a great framework standard for killing API keys or providing microtransactions for single API calls. Coming to reader journeys, the core idea behind this, or the reading platform in general, is that is the idea that we see the world not as it is, but as we are. So what that means is if you are randomly walking on the color wheel and you land on a blue story, and that interests you and you continue reading, maybe there's some sadness in you right now. Or if you land on a red, there's some anger in you right now. So random walks on the color wheel. The reading journey is also collaborative, because as you click the tokens and click the shuffle buttons, or like click the words to expand the story and click the shuffle button, you are forming like a path on the color wheel, which can be minted as an NFT. And that is the exact use case for NFTs, which is digital art. And this is collaborative global art. If NFTs are not your style because it's 2021 and 2025 and not 2021, we can also create something like content coins, which are modeled after Zora's content coins. The main difference between the two is one is a ERC 721, so it's non-fungible, and the other one is a ERC 20, so it is fungible. And then stops along the journey provide insights, like I said. So if you stop at red, maybe you're feeling a little angry. The final module in this is mining connections, because we can redefine what mining means. In short, each click that the reader does or performs is considered to be a mining event, which creates new tokens for the author or the writer of the story. And if a reader is aimlessly walking on the, or like clicking the shuffle button like 15 times versus 10 times before stopping, then the story that the reader stopped on after 15 clicks gets like a higher multiplier of this airdrop. And also each airdrop is a signal, clear signal for the author that there is somebody out there who stopped at your experience, your story, and resonated with it, so much so that they actually took the effort to click through the story and read it to whatever percentage they read. This is the key part where loneliness gets addressed, or at least that's the thesis. Messaging the author is also available to the reader, but it's within reason. The challenge here is if I am expecting writers to write deeply personal stories, and because the world is not an ideal place, there are people who are going to be writing very let's say dark things, and you don't want to have unfettered access to that. while at the same time, I don't want to be sitting in the middle and moderating, because that beats trustlessness within blockchain. Plus, also, I am no moral authority. So the eventual thing is personal stories plus discovery by emotion is equals to a genuine connection, which is the um, meta math, let's say, that I am trying to perform with this project. Finally, I plan to release this in April of 2026. So if you guys want to join the waitlist, you can go to semicolonfingers.com. There's no space in the URL, but it's just visually better. And if you go to the Artizen page once I publish it and you see the deck, this will be clickable. That's it.
Okay, Palash, thank you so much. Great project, great presentation. I loved it even more. I didn't even thought that you could do so many good ideas, so many good insights. Thank you so much for being here. So I'll move up the judges so we can have the Q&A now. We'll have Ali, Santosh, and if I'm not mistaken, Niraj as well. So we have all the judges here. Santosh, thank you for being here. Sorry you couldn't introduce yourself after the Q&A. You can have a moment for that, okay?
Actually, sorry to interrupt. Niraj is on the next panel.
Okay.
If he managed to see, he can see the full presentation. He can type the questions on the chat, and we'll pass it on. So please, Santosh, introduce yourself.
Yep. Thanks, Krishna and Peter. Hi guys, this is Santosh Kumar. So I'm a senior data engineer. Worked on like multiple organizations in Optum and other healthcare industries. So majorly I worked on cloud native architectures and as well as the data pipelines using the AI and ML. So I'm majorly actively involved in technical reviews and presentations and as well as hackathons. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we still have Prem, right, for this panel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, please. Will be perfect.
Thanks, Peter. Yeah. I mean, your presentation was very nice. I think the use case, apart from the loneliness case that you provided, I think it can spiral out to many different application because it scores down the engagement part. It also scores down to the emotional output that it provides, right? But I was just trying to know that why would you just take loneliness, which is kind of a very broad spectrum in terms of putting your model into play, then pick up one simple targeted application, which I think this product is very promising to do that. So I was curious to know, why did you start with this?
So a few reasons. Firstly, I agree that a lot of downstream features are very possible, which I can also go over quickly. But as to why start with loneliness, I think one was because it's like a very personal project, and I really kind of wanted to. It's coming from a personal thing, so that's why. And then the second reason is because if we look at the history of the internet, the first things that really propagated were personal blog posts, and they were just people sharing their experiences, their stories and stuff, and people found cool people and they bookmarked it or whatever. And I'm kind of trying to replicate that or lean into that for a new paradigm of the internet with Web3. And then the last reason is because this is an urgent problem, and also it is something that people can really relate to or resonate with quickly, because the other parts of this project are pretty complex for the average Joe, and I don't want them focusing on that part as much. whereas I want them to focus on the loneliness part as well, more than the other one.
Yeah, valid point. But did you had
There's one
your
more.
revenue model of monetization?
There-
Sorry, go
Sorry,
ahead.
there's one more reason actually. If you really look at like, so this also kind of leads into mental health crisis around the world as well. And if you really think about like the serious illnesses, uh, like two of the core issues are anxiety and depression. And if you boil it down further, then it boils down to kind of like you don't really have someone to talk to, and that's also why loneliness. And in terms of revenue model and stuff, um, yes. So so obviously at scale, but the plan right now is that evolving data set, while on the chain, it is going to be like a free inference. But I can imagine seeing like people requesting, because most sentiment analysis engines are binary, like positive, negative, maybe a neutral as well. Whereas this is way more nuanced, and I can see the sequencers being able to sell inference on like any customer review data or whatever, and generate money that way, which would inform the tokenomics. The second way is the NFTs that the collaborative art piece creates. That also is someplace where external money, or like that, where the network tokens can be valued.
Okay, just one more question.
Mhm.
There are other models available where you go to a psychiatrist or anywhere else where they give some sort of a scoring system, the sheeting, which gives the inferences of what their mental condition is or psychometric test that adds up to. Uh, what way your model matches or will benefit any of those use cases? Will it give any insights better than a psychometric analysis? Or this is just a model you wanted to try and use it in different places?
So I I don't think I want to venture into psychoanalysis at all. It is a motivation and not like a goal of the. I mean, it is a motivation for building the network, but not really let's say a metric or a KPI for the network. What this network will do, once, like, again, right, you have scale and a valuable data set, is once, like, say you come in and you write like a personal story, it gives you insights into, like, what this story is. And then there's another part to Robert Plutchik's research, which says that like anger is more like a aggressive thing, or and then and like you, like, the story right now is just like the whole story is colored, but you can tokenize it to by part, and then you can see how the story progresses through the color wheel and see, like, oh, you started with angry but you ended to sadness. So I guess the short answer for your question would be this would be an additional tool for the psychoanalysts to employ.
Okay, Polish. I think it's a good initiative. I'm curious to know how it'll specifically add up to any specific industry solutioning. That'll be interesting to know. But it's a
Depends
good.
on the industry as well, right? So
Yeah.
there'll be different kinds of things. And just briefly before we move on to the next question, next judge, the downstream features that I mentioned, right? So one that I'm thinking of is like you can kind of branch the story and kind of create something like fan fiction, and then obviously the other thing I mentioned was customer reviews and doing sentiment analysis on that, or like Twitter feeds or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, what does the
good
politics
initiative. Yep.
think about it? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Prem, thank you. Ali, can go next, please?
Hey Palash, nice presentation.
Thank you.
And I've been through this in past. I recovered. So my question is regarding similar to this. The mental health problems have a unique responsibility, right? If someone writes a story during a crisis and later recovers and wants it gone, what's the deletion part? Because if it's on chain as an NFT, immutable, and right to be forgotten are fundamentally at odds, right? So how do you solve this problem?
Um, That's an interesting point. Yes, it is on chain, and like a right to be forgotten is not really feasible until you have like a internal destructive thing,
Yep.
which is very possible via like the network design, right? But the question is whether that should be a thing, because if we really think about it, like where we are on day n+1 is because we were there on day n. And is it right to forget day n when you are at n+1? Like whatever your experiences have made you. So it is somewhat kind of like, let's not hide, if we are going in like the whole mental health and like therapist domain, let's not run away from like our experiences or our past, and let's not deflect. Let's address it, let's see it, let's incorporate lessons and grow and move on. So
Yeah, but that
then
would
the
be
question really
from
is like,
person to person, right? Yeah.
yes, but there is also like, it is also like a generalizable thing, right? Like there is no growth without acceptance, and if there is acceptance, there is no real need for right to forget.
Yeah. So my next question is regarding the wallet clustering, right?
Okay.
So even with docs resistant personas, right? On-chain behavior leaves traces, right? If I write 50 stories from one wallet and read from another, but always read my own stuff first, and that creates a pattern, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what are you doing to prevent wallet clustering? Like, do you do kind of an analysis that could link pseudonymous identities to avoid that?
So there's a few approaches you can take here. One is, I think there's a Ethereum improvement proposal for stealth addresses, which can be used. There's also cycling of addresses, and then at its end, it's also like you delink, right? So sure, this address is so such and such, but you don't know who this address is, right?
Yeah.
So one of the problems with today's customer or user profiling is that all data is shared between all the companies with data brokers and stuff. But blockchain, you can have strong guarantees to kind of prevent all of that. And of course, everything's going to be open source, so I also
Yeah.
cannot tell people. Not that I want, but yeah.
Yeah, but excellent presentation, and looking forward to use it in 2026. Good
Yeah,
luck.
sign up on the thing. I'm going to
Yeah,
increase
good luck.
my wait list.
Thank you.
Perfect, guys. Thank you. Santosh, would you have a question? I don't know if you would be able to get the presentation from Palash.
Yes, Peter. Like I joined in the middle,
Perfect.
so I didn't
Perfect.
get the entire presentation. But I saw Paula's like last time you presented Dash Monkey, and this time with this one, so I really like your ways of like ideas. So you're coming up with new ideas and new things. So all the best for that.
Thank you. Just one thing, if you've seen Dash Monkey, there is another part. I don't know, did you see Dash Monkey in November or December?
I think I saw in the November. So
Okay.
and
So,
I saw you presented for
all right,
the
but there is like a part of it where these two, because it's on chain and interoperable, you kind of combine both of these two, and then this becomes like a journaling tool. And while this becomes a journaling tool, the monkey also, while knowing your lifestyle habits and like your financial habits, it also knows your mental state, and it can provide you better insights and provide you better access to like, oh, I see why you are buying so much liquor, or I see why you're ordering so much food.
Yeah. So you are planning to integrate both the things together then?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, awesome.
And before you ask, like privacy preserving, like I'm going to be doing it like all local, probably sell NASs and get money that way. But yeah.
All the best. So hoping to see the results. Yeah.
Okay. I guess everyone has a opportunity to do their questions. Palash, thank you so much for your presentation here today with us.
One last thing, if anyone wants to connect, I am dropping my Twitter in the studio chat, so feel free to DM me.
Yeah. Actually, if any of the judges want to connect to, from the pictures, you can ask me or Augusto in the email, so we can send the email so you guys can exchange more information and more insights about the projects. So Palash, thank you for being here. I feel like this is your third time here. It's very good to see a great mind of course have a lot of ideas here with us. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of the year. Enjoy the parties
Yeah, you
and
too.
see you again next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Palash. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay. So we'll move you guys back down into the backstage area. Augusto, are you there?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody that pitched so far, that judged so far. We have now, we can start our last judging panel of our last demo day of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling I'm going to miss it. I'm feeling
missing
saudades already. Yeah, I'm missing it.
I'm missing it already. Yeah. It doesn't have
Awesome.
saudade in English, but yeah, something like that.
So,
we have a new panel, right?
Yeah, we can introduce our new judges here, and then they can introduce themselves. So let's bring up here Nishant. We can bring here Niraj.
Rohan.
Welcome, guys. Sergey and Madhvash and Ram. Welcome.
Ram! Oh, nice to see you again, Ram. Happy to have you here with us.
Nice to see you guys again. Oh my god.
Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, Madhvash has been here already too.
You too,
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All of the judges will have a time to introduce yourself, say what you're expecting for the event, and then you can move into the next speaker who's already here with us, and he's also calling Nishan. So with that said, Nishan, you can go first, please.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Nishant. I am senior manager at Apple.
Nishan, your microphone is a little far. We can listen to you.
Okay. Can you hear me a little better?
Yeah. It's better.
Okay, awesome. So I was just saying I am a senior engineering manager at Apple, and I am really excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to learn and understand and contribute to this white day.
Thank you so much.
And Chris, about me.
Thank you so much for being here. Sergey, are you there? First time with us, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen that you have your camera and your microphone off, so I'll be moving on to Rohan. Can go now, please.
Hi all. This is the first time I'm joining the Vibe demo, but I'm really excited. Just to introduce about myself, so I'm into the UPS logistics industry, working as a data architect, and into the industry for last 25 years. So yeah, thank you for inviting me to the event.
Perfect. Then
thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So you can have Sergey now. Oh, I guess he's got some connection issues. Yeah. I'm moving to Madhvash.
Yeah, hi guys, this is Madhvash. Almost 25 years of experience in IT. Currently working on a MasterCard, and I have a lot of judging experience and hackathon champions also. So try to learn all those experience what you guys gonna bring it here and learn from you guys. So that is kind of thought I have it here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Madhvash. Great sky behind you there. Nice sky. Hope you have
that's my outside of a house.
Nice one.
Yeah.
That's the great time for the home office, right? You can see some at some point. I guess Rohan has already gone, so we have Niraj. Please, you can go next.
Hey, I'm Neeraj. I'm a staff software engineer at Meta. I work on WhatsApp. I've been working on areas that involve machine learning and AI, and really happy to be here today to learn and give feedback on projects.
Perfect. I'm very happy to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. Ram, my friend, how you are? Thank you so much for being here again.
Absolutely, Peter, Augusto, team, everyone. Hey, my name is Ram Prasad Reddy Mitana. You guys can call me Ram. I'm a senior manager HRIS at NSF International. It's a nonprofit organization based out of Michigan. I'm also based out of Michigan, and that's why you see me wearing hoodie. It's super cold here. I've been in HR and IT industry for the past 20 years, and I support all the ERPs and being Oracle and Workday being my primary stuff. And I'm all excited for these sessions, and I want to learn about more and more AI and all the innovations that are happening. Augusto, Peter, one day I hope I can also present one of my tools. I'm waiting for that. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. I have the feeling that you have promised this already for us. So
I know.
next year you're going to be first in line, okay, Ram?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Sergey, please, you can close it out, the presentation.
Okay, thank you so much. I got some problems with connection, but now it's good. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I did many businesses before, more than 20, mostly in Russia, one in Indonesia, and 1 year ago I came to United States and run a venture studio. Because I have many ideas, I decided to make my own venture studio where I incubate my ideas. We have 4 startups right now. It's software with AI implemented in various industries. We have event social network with AI, also recruiting platform with AI, AI nutrition tracker, and AI feedback platform. So different stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, very different ideas. You're from Europe, Sergey. What time is it right there?
Currently I'm in San Francisco. So.
Okay. I see. Thank you for coming, all of you guys. I move on to the backstage area so I can highlight it the next picture. See you in a bit. So Ram, Advanced Sergey, Burhan, Nishan, and Niraj. And here I have my beautiful friend Augusto. We're calling now Nishant from No Defenders. Nishant, are you there with us?
Hey.
Hi, hello. Thank you for coming again. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice
hope
to see you.
Hope you are excited for your picture today. We will have like 15 to 20 minutes top at max. So I will let you know if your pitch is going to end earlier. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
You can start sharing your screen right now.
Yeah. Can you just give me a second? Because I'm just opening up another window as well. Just to just give me like 30 seconds or something.
No problem. So we have all the pictures here. So guys, thank you so much for being here with us. If you're watching this from live, thank you. You can share this link with your friends and family. Don't forget to give it a like to us, leave a comment if you like some projects, if you want to connect with everyone. For the judges and the pitches, you can ask to connect with one another. You can mail me or Augusto. We'll get back to us earlier Monday. So if you want to talk with each other, we can make the middle part of this connection. And yeah, thank you so much for the Artizen for this whole idea that's being done with them, the curation pool, the fund of investments, and all of this wouldn't be possible without them. And also thank you for the AI Collective, who has been partnering up with a lot of AI inventions worldwide. And here at Venture Miner, we're very, very happy to have you guys with us. Thank you so much for everyone who's been here. We have already been live stream 2 hours and 14 to 15 minutes, and we have more to come. I hope Nishant has.
Yeah.
Yep, good to go. Awesome.
Okay, so I'm just going to start sharing my screen because there's like a bunch of things that I've been working on and my windows are everywhere. Just a sec, share screen.
Yeah, if you want to share audio, has a toggle as well, so don't forget to enable it. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily there's no audio.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
and we'll give you the stage.
Awesome. So I'm working on this game called Node Defenders. It's a game for blockchain enthusiasts. So I've been working in the blockchain space since 2021 or like 2020. I started with hackathons and then I moved on to freelancing and contract work. Right now, I'm still doing contract work, but mostly I'm working on this game. So Node Defenders is based in this blockchain gods universe where you build and grow your own blockchain ecosystem. The idea is like I wanted to build something that appeals to just the music is distracting. Is it possible to reduce the music? Peter?
Yeah.
1 second.
Sorry.
We're on it. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Sorry.
No problem. No problem.
Like I've looked at different games, right? I've looked at FIFA, for example. I've looked at Roller Coaster Tycoon, and all these games appeal to a certain niche. But I couldn't find a game that sort of appeals specifically to the blockchain degens or like hacker kind of audiences who are active within the blockchain space. So I looked at FIFA particularly for inspiration, which kind of tries to simulate football or soccer, whatever you call it, experience inside a virtual environment. So you can control players, you can form teams, and so on. And so this is like Node Defenders is kind of an effort towards that direction. I'm starting off with a concept where you are building a node and you need to defend it against bots that try to attack your node. This is what I've built so far. So I don't have slide decks. I'll just start demoing stuff. So right here, I've placed certain turrets, which are like security measures, and then you have bots that come in and then try to pass through this maze. And then for every bot defeated, you get tokens, and you can then choose to upgrade after a certain point in the game. So let's say I upgrade the power, range, or speed. I'm still I still haven't implemented this in the code, but this is just like the interface. So then like what this does is like it's supposed to increase the power or like the attack power for this game. Eventually, you'll have like a place where you collect the bot parts and then you try to disassemble it. And then the way you do that, this is something that I wipe coded like a few days back, is you try to solve the puzzles here. So, for example, you just solve like simple puzzles by clicking, and then like these get progressively difficult. You need to figure out the game rules as you go. So this is for changing the pace of the game. And yeah, so I've been building games in the blockchain space for quite some time, like as a hobby, but also for hackathons. And another game for which I won at Hacker House was this block hackers, which is kind of a reverse of node defenders, where you try to corrupt each block of the blockchain. So let me just refresh this. So you kind of you are a hacker, but you try to corrupt every block of the blockchain by destroying it. So assume every tiny block as transactions that constitute a block of the blockchain. And then as you gain more hit points, you can choose to upgrade like fire rate and so on. So yeah, that's about it. I have my website here. This game was live on ZK Verify's incentives page, and I've had over 6,000 unique wallets who who played the game for an average of like 10 or 15 minutes each. So we had some players who played for like hours at uh, hours at a time, and then we had players who played for like just a few minutes as well. Even right now, even after the incentive page has been down, people still come, and you can see that like you still have players coming in and then playing the game for like 40 level 47 is like at least 20 minutes of playtime. So I'm assuming they played that long. Um, so yeah, you can play this game right now by just connecting your wallet and then starting the daily challenge. Let Unity load, and then this is the challenge mode. But then like, oops, what I've been working on is never mind. What I've been working on is like a survival mode. So I'm trying to make the game into if you have played Survivor IO or like casual games on your mobile phones. That's what I'm trying to aim for. I also have like an Artizen project here. You can see it listed on rank 6, so I still need like more votes to get curated. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Thank you for bringing your project
Thank you.
again. Yeah, it's a great project. Gamifying Web3. We see that a lot, but not all that we see is as well finished. And yeah, thank you for being here again. So we can bring the judges up, and we can start our Q&A.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
again for being here. And please, we can go top to bottom again. And Rohan as well. Yeah, we have a big panel now.
Panel,
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome.
Perfect.
You're gonna have a lot of great questions. I'm sure. You can start, Sergey.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for your pitch. And could you please explain about your strategy of monetization? How you plan to monetize it? I didn't get it. Actually,
Yeah, so I didn't speak about monetization. That's because I've been focusing so much on the gameplay. But the idea is to make it similar to what Survivor IO has been doing. Like they put certain features or like certain upgrades behind advertisements. Um, that's probably not like the best strategy at the moment in my head, because like I don't like seeing advertisements. But then like if you have optional advertisements, people do watch them, because I've experienced it myself. Like if you force advertisements on me, I will hate the product. But then if there's like optional kind of things, like if I get 5 more minutes of playtime or like 5 more tokens of for playing the game again, I'm more incentivized for that. Also, we have like 2 types of tokens, but I'm still trying to put it in a pitch deck. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and did you say you have 6,000 wallets, right?
Yes. So this game was up on ZK Verify, which is like a verification service for ZK. So they had that up because I integrated ZK Verify at the back in Rust, and it used to generate proofs of the gameplay, like the decisions that the players had made. So how many bots they had killed over a certain duration, and it got verified in on a server, and then like the proof was sent to ZK Verify, and people could just verify that the gameplay was legit and not like fake.
Mm-hmm.
So like that kind of attracted like over I think a month or something, we had like 6,000 wallets play the game. I'm saying wallets because I'm sure there's like people with multiple wallets who, just play
Yeah,
so that they can
I'm
farm more
from
coins.
blockchain space. Yeah, I know
Ah,
how it
okay,
works.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Of course, makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And you have a kind of organic growth.
Apparently, yes. Like, people are still joining my Discord because I was pretty surprised to, like, right now the game is not, the game is only accessible if you know the link. Like, I'm not advertising it anywhere as such. Um, but then, like, I think I need to access this website from like private browser because like the cache is messing it up. But if you go to the website, if you connect your wallet, oh, there it is. You can still see players. Like this is weekly leaderboard. It keeps on refreshing every week, and you still see play a new address or like new player IDs popping up here. So I was pretty flattered, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wish you good luck with that project. We will we'll see your traction later.
Yeah. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you for your question, Sergey. Ram.
Hey, Nishan. I think I've seen you pitching the other time as well. So it's a good job. I've seen a ton of improvements from the previous version. So I see that the game's progressing really well. A couple of questions. Question one being, how is this different than the other games in terms of the ones that are in the market? Does people or the game players who play, do they get anything as a benefit from a money standpoint, or do they win some sort of Bitcoin numbers or anything as such as to why would I play the game and spend more time on it?
So the way I am looking at this is games are meant for entertainment purposes. And if I were to develop a game specifically to earn, then the focus shifts towards, like how do I extract maximum value from the players, and how do I make it like a play to win game. The way I want to approach this, or like I've been trying to approach this, is by disregarding the tokenomics, at least for the time being. I have it at the back of my head, but I'm trying to focus on the game experience. I'm trying to look at this from a perspective of a blockchain enthusiast who loves all the like who loves setting up their node and then see have transactions on the blockchain and loves the transparency and whatnot. What if you could do that within like the confines of a game? How do you tell your friends or family members what a blockchain is, like, from that lens? And then I started building this game. So yeah, that's how it is different. Like it's FIFA but for blockchain enthusiasts. That's the way I like to put it. The how do people, or like how do players earn tokens or whatever. Like I have gods and soul tokens. This is like a new icon that you have for soul, and then this is like gods. And if you defeat an enemy, you get like some gods and then some soul tokens. And then while disassembling or like having, or if you wish to have like permanent upgrades to the turrets, like you had temporary upgrades like after the star fills. But if you wish to have like permanent upgrades, you spend like the soul tokens. I'm still working on that, implementing that part, because like I need to deploy this game on scale blockchain. So yeah, that's the way I'm trying to look at it. Like focus on the gameplay, and then see how tokens fit in and make it more exciting.
Great. No, I think that's a good move. A focus on making your art nice, right? I think that's the first step. So when are you actually planning to like complete this and productionize in like live mode?
It's like you can play it right now. Like if you go to blockchaingods.io and then hit play, you can play the game.
Nice. Okay.
Because that's how I got like 6,000 odd wallets connected. Like you just connect the wallet so I can log the scores on in the database. Like I'm just using like a D1 Cloudflare database.
Right.
But yeah, the good thing about integrating a blockchain is like you can have all the token transaction happen there, and you don't have to keep a separate log of those things in like a centralized database. So that kind of makes it a lot more interesting, and also like there's less of the overhead, I think, in a sense.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I really like that, and I'm very excited for you. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thanks.
Nishant, yeah, one quick question, right? What do you think? What is your target audience on this? And if you're thinking the blockchain monetization, right, what will be like expand? Like, what do you think to expand and get that monetization done?
So the blockchain monetization part is just like the soul and God's token. My target audience, they're blockchain enthusiasts or like people who are currently using blockchain knowingly, because there may be a lot of people who are not who are using blockchain without knowing, or like I'm sure there's like few products out there which have abstracted blockchain to a level where people don't even know they're using it. But this is specifically for people who know what blockchain is. And well, I started off my journey as a way to explain to my friends and family how what a blockchain is. Like I struggled with that a lot, but eventually I had to pivot towards a more like degen audience, where because not many people want to actively learn about blockchain. They they don't mind reading newspapers or like articles on it, but no one would go to a website to, or like not many people would go to a website to learn about blockchain. So that audience was like really like extremely, I guess, narrow. But yeah, like this is targeting specifically blockchain users. Right now, I'm focusing on the gameplay. Eventually, you'll have like the tokenomics. Since I'm a solo dev, like the growth has been a bit slow. Like I was still designing like a few things like on Photoshop, and like I have to design and develop stuff. So that's the reason why it's like a bit slower than I'd like. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nissan, yeah, I see your target audience is narrow. So, what is the plan for promotion? Like, because you need an audience to get those blockchain monetization also, right? Without audience, you're not gonna get the money. You have to promote your platform or product to them, right? So, what is the plan for that?
Yeah. So like the uh, the first thing I did was promote the game with CK Verify. Like I integrated their service, and they started promoting my game on Twitter. Right now, I'm working on integrating the Scale blockchain, so that's how I'm trying to expand my audience bit by bit. Um, and then that way, I also get feedback from like a bunch of people without having to actively invest in marketing. Because like once I launch my game on Scale, for example, they will be the ones promoting it, and then I'll have a bunch of people using this by then as well, like other than the ZK Verify audience who already know about my game.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Nissan.
I had a quick question about the long-term vision for this game. Like, is it going to be mostly levels, puzzle solving, or are you planning to add more complex content to the game so that people are more engaged with the game and they don't, like, you're seeing people coming for a day and then I don't know if they're coming back, or you're tracking that, like how to keep them coming back to your game and keep playing, keep investing their time and their tokens.
Yeah. So I've been studying, like I've been doing like sort of short case studies of different games. Um, I've mentioned Survivor.io a bunch of times because that does it like really well. They launched like a few years back, and they still have like people discussing on different forums about game tactics, and that's because they launch like new content every week, or like they have weekly challenges, they have daily challenges, they have leaderboards. They have like monthly events, they have like quarterly events, and like they have mini games that add on, like you collect different collectibles, or you have different collectibles, and then this games with different pacing. Like you would probably have just this maze that I'd shown before, but with just probably bosses coming in. So that kind of gives you like a different reward. So the way I'm planning on keeping the momentum is by having different gameplays and like having weekly or like daily challenges where people can come in, and it sort of um, is like a repeat thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should think about how you want to do that and also scale up, like build a team
Yeah.
around it. Because
Yeah, right now,
challenging step.
yeah, building a team is challenging because I don't have money to pay them. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can get a founder with you to join you in your effort.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for your question, Iraj. Rohan, please.
Sure. Thanks, Augusta. Hey, Nishan, that's a good initiative you have taken. And especially like if the college going kids, right, if they want to go ahead with this blockchain technology, and then the terms like if a particular college kid goes ahead and wants to play this game and at the same time like get well versed with the blockchain terminology, how this game will help?
Right now, my focus is not on educating people. That's how I started, but then that's kind of a difficult niche, like to address, because you need to think about how to abstract those particular concepts, and like right now I have sort of abstracted the security parts of the blockchain, but then like it's a really difficult task to do on your own, right? Like how do you like abstract away like a transaction or like a block into something that is I don't know, more digestible for an audience that doesn't know what a blockchain is. So I chose not to focus on that audience.
Okay.
Maybe they come across the game just by organic means, like maybe on the Play Store or whatnot. They realize that it's just a game, and then maybe I add in some terminologies in there where they sort of get familiarized with it. But yeah.
So if you have to like put a focus on the audience, like what audience target it will be?
The blockchain users, like players, people who comment on your social media platform specifically, like let's say someone who's following Ethereum Twitter, or like someone who's following I don't know, Scale, or like ZK Verify Twitter. So these kinds of people specifically, because they already know about the tech. I'm sure like a lot of them are bots, but then I'm sure like they have like at least a few thousand actual real people following them.
Okay.
Would be players.
Got it. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, will Nishan, the judge, to ask a question?
Yes, thanks for sharing the details. To me, it seemed like you have built a game that has an intersection of a blockchain. So I'm going to ask a very fundamental question, and my goal is to probably give you some clarity on your thoughts. Okay. So first question is like, why did you choose the intersection of blockchain and a game? What made you think like, oh, this is what I want to do? And then I have a few follow-ups based on that.
Okay, so I come from a design background. I taught myself coding, and I'm really comfortable expressing my ideas in terms of like visual graphics. So I mostly do like front end development, and I taught myself back end development, and that's how I transitioned back. But if I were to explain something to you, I would probably like try to sketch it out on a piece of paper and show that to you, or like even if someone show like starts talking to me, I try to visualize like you know I try to visualize it, and that's why I felt like you know this is probably a way to express like work. This is probably why I want to work at the intersection of coding and designing.
Got it. So are you doing this as a hobby, or are you looking to build a business out of here?
I'm hoping to build a business out of here. This I've applied for grants unsuccessfully, but yeah, I'm working on this like 3-4 days a week, and then the rest 2 days I'm doing freelance work, which kind of helps me keep going.
Yeah. So think like so I think if you're looking for building a business, right? So as you're starting, sure, you're starting as a hobby or you like something doing. Have you studied your competitors who are in the similar space? That's one. A follow-up is, what is their fate? What have they accomplished? The thing is, what I want you to understand is you're investing time and money and resources, whatever that might be. Is this the path that is going to give you returns, that is going to satisfy your motivation and passion? So have you studied your competitors, and what are their fates if they have done something amazingly well?
I've looked at a few games which are specifically blockchain based, and then I have looked at games which are not blockchain based at all, which are purely like just casual games on the mobile. So blockchain based games, most of them are like the games which try to monetize the experience on the blockchain. They don't have like a great user experience there. um, Most of the games are like the popular ones, they just gain popularity because of some hype. You had like I keep forgetting the name, but they are like card games basically, or like pet games which don't have a depth beyond just a few moves or like few card tricks. um, and then on the other hand, you have like games on your mobile phones, which or like games focused towards like casual gamers who and which have like really excellent gameplay, but then they don't have any sort of blockchain intersection. So yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my chain of thought. Um, but I'm looking at those games and trying to build my product accordingly.
Yeah, makes sense. So the reason I was asking this is, right, you're applying for grants, and let's say you're asking for funds. You would need to understand your competitors
Yeah.
and what are they doing, how are you are going to win against them. And the follow-up is basically what makes, which is something that somebody asked in this judging panel as well, what makes it unique, right? Why would gamers would come to your game versus others? And that is what is going to give you, or whoever is funding your game is going to get confidence that you're on the right path, right? So you should have that clarity. Study as much competitor as you can, because at the end of the day, the economics of the business has to match up for you to succeed. Somebody's going to invest in
Right.
you, and then they will look for returns. And if you yourself is not sure, if nobody has done this, then what's your order of success? So next follow-up, I guess, is, where do you see yourself in next 2 years? Where do you see right now? You said there were like what, 5,000 gamers using your game as the peak. Where do you see 2 years from now, and what are you doing now to get there?
I want to build team of I want to build a team, and I want to grow this blockchain gods universe and sort of um, create a factory sort of game. So like create a large game basically that is played by millions of users, regardless of their use of blockchain. I want to abstract away the whole like wallet connection thing. So I'm looking at Privy and other services which sort of let you connect your email addresses and then start using any blockchain service. So right now I'm sort of just doing that. I guess I'm trying to build an audience as well by focusing on each blockchain and how could I sort of market with that blockchain. So it's just not like I would probably work with. Right now I'm working with Scale people, so I'm trying to launch my game on Scale. So then that way I kind of get more users from there, and during that period I also try to monetize it somehow or like add tokens, because deploying it on Scale would require me to develop and deploy smart contracts and have some sort of activity going on which appeals to Scale as well. um, yeah, so that's kind of a starting point for me right now.
Got it. So my advice to you would be you should have SMART goals. You know what is SMART
Mhm.
goals? It's more of this is an acronym, but it's more specific, more measurable. To me, it seemed like you need to get clarity on that first.
Mhm.
What do you really want to achieve? We mentioned you want to grow the team. Growing a team is a vehicle to achieve something. So you need to first
Right.
get. I want to achieve. Sorry, I'm giving a little bit of a feedback that helps you. Uh,
Yeah.
but if I were you, this is what I would do. Right?
Okay.
Put yourself a benchmark, saying, you know what, I want to have 1 million gamers by this time and by this date. That's your measurable, specific goal. Now you do a
Yeah.
reverse engineer on what would you need to do to make that happen. And the best way to
Mhm.
study what other games or gamers have done in the past who got that, and then reverse engineer their story, and then figure out what can you do to make that happen. And then once you have that roadmap and plan, then you start finding the vehicles to achieve that. And those vehicles could be growing the team. Those vehicles could be having more complexity in the game, having more things in the game. And how do you achieve that? Okay, you need more people who can write the code. Then you need funding, right? You have to go step by step. So if you
Right.
have
Okay.
your thought on what you want to achieve, your
Mhm.
mind and your body has to focus on just that one goal. Most important thing as an entrepreneur, I think, I've not built a company myself, but I've studied. I do a lot of study and research. Is you got to have focus. You just do one thing and you do one thing really, really, really well,
Mhm.
and you have to achieve that if you're really
Right.
serious about it, right? So that's my feedback. But seems like you're having fun. Most important thing, have
Yeah.
fun, because that's the whole part of it. If you don't have
No,
fun,
that,
then you should do something else.
that's really helpful. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind because I do need like some sort of encouragement and advice, and that's really helpful. Thanks.
Awesome, great, great panel, great questions. We do think Nishan has fun with the project. I just logged in and I loved it. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Nishan, for being here again. And
Thank
now
you.
we can move to our next presenter. So we'll move you guys to the backstage area again. Peter, you can help me with
Yeah,
that.
just thank you, Nishant, for being here with us. I know it's second time pitching here. Hope to see you again next year. So have a great final of year reunion with your family and parties and whatsoever. Thank you for coming and have a good one.
Thanks.
Nice weekend too. Bye bye.
Right.
For the judges, I'll move you guys into the backstage area again. We will have a special guest here. Actually, one project that I like the most from the founders of solo leveling idea.
Yes.
Emmanuel, how are you? Happy
Hi,
to have you
thank you.
here again.
A pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure. Thank you. This was
Wow.
actually the first place I pitched my work, so it's a pleasure to come back here again. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I don't know if you saw it, but we have a lot of judges here, very, very insightful judges. So I hope they like your project as I like it. And as soon as you share your screen, you can tell me so I can move up. Okay?
Okay, I'm sharing my screen right now. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, it's here. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
You have the stage.
Thank you very much. So my name is Emmanuel Shadu. I am the founder of AIV Comics, soon to be Digi Comics. I am a machine learning software engineer previously at Meta, and I'm a big comic book fan. So let's start with the story of what started this whole thing. One day I was reading Solo Leveling, and that started because I was watching Solo Leveling, and this is a beautiful anime. Fell in love with, and I finished the whole season 2, and I wanted to read more. But unfortunately, the next versions or the next episodes are not coming out till next 2 years. And one of my friends that had read the manga or the manhwa correction of this Solo Leveling had told me to go read the manhwa, so I decided to go read it. And I got to this page that seemed so beautiful because this artist actually take the time to draw these things, but it was very complex. So I thought to myself, whoa, we're in a world where AI can, where human beings accepted AI to a certain point. So how about we find a way to enhance the experience of this reading experience via AI, where this now comes in AIV Comics. What we are pushing is, if a comic book is to be digital, it should not just be a scanned copy of a comic book. And we're using a cascade of different ML models and computer engineering to bring and make this happen. So let's talk about how and why. So one of the issues that we have in the comic book industry is a lot of comic book writers don't get their money. And why? Because there's a lot of pirated work out there. A lot of them actually want their work to get to the part, the animation market, where a lot of people are seeing it, where there's very high definition, high immersion, which is the goal. But that path is not always smooth. There's a lot of industry, gatekeeping and things like that. Second thing is, there's a huge difference in the comic book market and the animation market. So there's 300 million comic book readers. I'm one of them. But there's 1.8 billion animation watchers. And when you go and do the survey, you find out that it's because of that immersion. A lot of people enjoy the emotional currents that they get from the voices, the visual art effect. Everything seems more immersed in animation compared to comic. So this is where AIV Comics or Digi Comics comes in. So what we are doing is we have a cascade of ML models that understand the user's story from beginning to the end, understands the comic book or webtoon elements. That this includes panels, speech bubbles, thought bubbles, and then is able to convert the images to videos, short form videos, and then the audio to emotionally toned. The text to emotionally toned audio. So this is a quick demo. We'll go to the actual experience. This is a 1.8 billion market opportunity at this time. So for example, originally you have static images. On AIV Comics, you have things that are more immersed. So imagine reading your comic and seeing, this is a portal from this one right here, is a portal from Solo Leveling. This is another one where a monster is walking up. If you notice, the art style is kept the same. And there's sometimes in comic books when the art is not completely drawn because they're trying to show specific focus. So with this model, we're able to respect this art style, which is very important to us as a creator. So quickly, before we go into the model, let's quickly talk about what the idea of this business is. So AIV Comics is the Netflix of digital comics enhanced by Gen AI. We want to be the #1 platform where all comic readers and all comic creators come and share their work. And we offer a place where people enjoy immersive experience. And second, the creators can get their money, which is very important. Why? You have a lot of pirated websites that would easily scan a static image and then post it on their things without permission. And then you have these creators out there. Mind you, I'm one of them too. They don't make their money. So with AIV Comics, we are standardizing the culture of reading comic books. And no shade to static people that read comic books. You can keep doing that though. It's just different classes with things. So one of our biggest competitors are Global Comics, which have guided me in understanding even the profitability of this business. and they were backed by venture capital about 2 years ago. Then there's Webtoon, which is like the Google of manhwas and webtoons. People even call the reading that visual story style webtoon just from them. And then you have tappers, and then on the side of the new age technology, there are new companies like MERS. They got backed by YC, but I think they pivoted. And there's another one called Studioverse. And the path that they go is a way that removes the jobs of humans in this process. So the animation market, the animation people that do animation, some people want to convert text to comic book and then skip on the art animation. But what we're doing at AIV Comics is making sure that we respect all those existing sources of money, and we're coming and injecting ourselves in a hybrid place that still allows these creators to make money. So so it's a front end, back end, simple, and then an AIV end. An engine. So one that does panel segmentation. All of this is in-house. I trained the models myself. So started with the segmentation models for the images, then the diffusion models for the image to video, and then text to video, and then final diffusion model. And this one is actually open source. It's called UA, and it allows us to like have music while so background music. So like I said, yeah, let's just get to it. Let's get to the sweet stuff. So welcome to AIV Comics. Unofficially launched yesterday, but will be officially launching on Monday. So this is the home of the website, and like I mentioned, we'll be updating our brand name to Digicomics because of the stigma that AI has with creativity. So we've met with a lot of creators that, they love the product, but we have to do a lot of explaining, and what we want to see if we can avoid is, given that the name was AIV Comics, which means AI Video Comics, just very technical. We're looking to change that, but let's go through this. So the website, the idea is when you come here, you get to read your stories in a high immersive experience. So let's actually go to one story. So this is Latifa. I'm working with, this is our first customer, so Fahad and Stan Berkowitz, creator of Batman. This is how you typically read comic books. So, it's a pretty interesting story, by the way. They were about to go into the Manzala, but the guy at the front didn't want them to go through, so he sent them away. And then there's a clean shot of, this is the main character, Latifa, going through and killing. And then she does what she needs to do, drinks water, but instead of reading this way, what we're proposing at AIV Comics is, once you click bring this comic to life, so let's just read the difference. So in this case, in my internet, it might be slightly slower, but let's see. Okay, good. All right, make sure my audio is on.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but the audio is not going through.
Oh, you guys can't hear the audio? Oh, that's sad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem then. I guess we'll just stick with the video this whole time. I thought we're having that. Okay, so I'm sorry?
Yeah, so just we can start wrapping up to have the Q&A.
All right. This is the gist of the whole idea. And then if you go on the website, you can actually get to understand how it works. So there are two arms to it. You have readers and for creators. So readers get your immersive experience, and then creators, we don't have to do a lot of work. We respect, the art, and then you also have the ability to do this. So let's say you're a creator view, you can choose to edit and say, hey, a group of people are, just describe what's going on. And then, sorry, it's distracting me. And then the final thing is that as this new form of reading comic books, as we develop this new form of reading comic books, there are some creators that actually have the skill that they illustrate some of their work. So one of the things I will be adding here is allowing the creators to be able to add their own visual. So there's some people that share their comic book visual illustration experience on Instagram, but there's no actual comic book reading platform that allows for videos like this. So not only do we allow for this immersive reading experience, we also allow for the creators to be able to make changes on different levels of things. I think this kind of like versus the idea of what I want to say. I want to leave it open for questions now. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, where do I stop this?
Okay, Emmanuel, thank you for your presentation. Yeah, so happy to have you here again with us. I will be moving up the judges for the Q&A panel right now. So, Rohan, we have Nishant as well, Sergey, Ram,
and
Madvesh. Perfect.
Just one quick thing. Since we're kind of running behind schedule, I would ask one question per judge, and then if you have any other questions, you can email us, and we'll pass them to Emmanuel or to the other pitchers, because we have another presentation after that, and that's it. So thank you. Niraj, you can start.
Hey, nice to meet you, Emmanuel. I also read a lot of comics, and I'm really glad to see something like this.
Nice.
So one question I have is, you said one of your goals is to prevent piracy, right?
Yes.
How would this solution prevent piracy? Is like, can some reader go to your website and can they record the screens, or is it a different format that they can't download and can simply run? Like, is it like, what will be a solution to prevent the piracy part of it?
Yes. So the first issue is that currently the piracy happens because of static pages. You have just pictures that people can screenshot, download this PDF and read anywhere. The difference in this is that there's like you have audio elements, there are video elements, there is position elements that matter. And if you had gone to a website, for example, the audio sequencer, how we play the audio, or the music in the background, it's a whole experience versus just reading. So they would not be able to copy. I mean, maybe they could copy some elements, like let's say if they screen recorded the video, and then you have websites where they're actually showing you video as opposed to interactive elements. Maybe they could do that, but it won't be to the extent that immersion that we're giving.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Rohan, please.
Sure. Hey, Emmanuel, this is a great concept, and I believe the audience which you can target is more on the teens and the kids. So based on the audience, like, what is the subscription model you have thought of? And like, based on the subscription model, like, what all advanced features you can provide to the higher subscriptions?
Yes. So at this point right now, we're just considering two. There's a freemium model, which we're never considering pushing yet. And then the premium model, which will be launched in following week. So right now we just have like the free, people can read to just get the idea. And then following week we'll have a paywall. And the paywall is $4.99. A comic book costs $10 per book. And you have most of these kids that have their parents or siblings take them to the comic book store and get them a $10 one book. What we're offering is $5 per subscription, and you get access to all the books. Then the other side model, the other business model will be for our creators. So originally we have creators that would come and get the basic work, right? They want to, they get their work converted and they can make corrections. We have other creators that might want extra corrections, more changes, just to play with it more. That'll be a different model that will different business model that will offer them. And then now comes to the creators. I mean, the people that actually read. When they go and see the work that these creators have put up there, they can connect to their siblings. I mean, to their peers and chat if they're in that premium service. So it's very simple for the young kids, $5 a month for that premium entry. And then over time, as this gets popular, we might increase it if we see fit.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Sergey, please, your question.
Yep. Thank you, Manuel. Usually in projects like that, where you can gather together creators and users, a very tricky thing is to gather them. So what's your main user acquisition strategy, and how you plan to go to market and resolve all that tricky question here?
I won't lie, I am very stressed, and it's unfortunate. I've been when I started this project, it was like a very mind you, I was working at Meta when I did this, and I was like, you know what, I'm a dip, see if I can get this thing done. And now I'm here. I'm in chats with like other people, like 500 and some accelerator programs. But this is the acquisition path, right? You need people, you need content for people to want to read, for people to go on there to attract the readers to want to put their stuff on there because they're looking for money. So what I'm doing at this time right now is partnering with, I'm looking for comic book stores to partner with. I'm chatting with some really good indie artists that, if they love the idea, they want to. Most of them have though, but just because I just launched and they never saw the main, like the full product. But the idea is to start off with indie artists that don't have their work tied to a license. So we have their work, we host it on the platform for free. Don't have to worry about it, and they can bring their clients. I mean, their fans that read. On our own end, we keep pushing the titles that we have. So one beautiful advantage that we found that Comic Book Plus, it's a website that hosts comic books that have lost their license, and this happens after 65 years, right? So I go in there. The plan is every week. So we have Latifa Chapter 1 and Adventures of the Unknown Chapter 1. Next week there's going to be Chapter 2 for each of them, and every week there's going to be new things. So that way we improve. We stay on our marketing on Instagram, Discord, Twitter. Basically all of the play. We have chapters coming out every day, and then we're also getting these indie artists that don't have their licenses tied to a big thing. Over time, we feel that there'll be like a nice flywheel that goes, and people that enjoy this platform of reading, we tell more people to put, and then we become global comics, and then we take over.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sergey. We can have Natvesh for now. Madvesh?
Yeah, hey guys. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have two questions, right? So you remember, right? Growth AI model also do the same thing, right? You can put any comic image, they can generate a video for you, and it's free of cost. They can convert entire 10 page of comic to a video. So what difference you're doing here to make unique to your product? And second, all the model you was talking about is proprietary model to you, or you using open source model or some other model to build this tool?
So it is a combination of we have internal models and open source models. So like I did mention, the ambient music designers by UA, and then our segmentation model is YOLO. But most of these things you still have to fine tune and train them to be specific to this. So why are we not changing into animation completely, right? This goes back to the culture. So first of all, we do want to keep the comic book reading culture. What we are is digital comic books. There are a lot of AI websites right now and startup company. So some of the things that they do that I find to be quote unquote mistake, just from my experience of, I'm a creator also, so I understand how AI and people clash, and my experience of dealing with other creators. First of all, taking a image and changing the art style is a disrespect to the artists themselves, because they spent a lot of time, they're doing this, and you mess that up. That's not really good. The second thing is, when you go and make a full form video, which is not a bad thing, it takes away from the agency that the reader has when you're reading a comic book. And the thing with AI Comics, what we'll be doing on that is, after we have solidified the moat of, if a digital comic book is to, if a comic book is to be digital, it should not just be still pictures. It should be more immersive. We will still add this feature for longer form videos, because right now what we have are just short form videos, or quote unquote GIFs. But we can make the longer form video. It's just not true to the comic book reading culture or spirit. So like our competition will be Global Comics Webtoon in that sense. And to be able to take any and all comic books, physical, and host it on our platform, understanding the panels, because they get very complex, and it's like humans draw the panels, and there's no format or form. So those things are going to be like an intellectual, something that will be like an intellectual, what's the thing called, assets in the future, like those data.
And the last question, right? How you make sure, right, any artist is coming your platform and their contents are copyrighted and secure, they are not utilized by anyone else. What
Yes.
kind of tools you're using it, and how you make sure you're doing that one?
God bless you. God bless. God, I want to touch on this, but thank you very much for asking this. So yes, it's very important, because another thing is how AI interferes with the creators' work. So we know that AI is just imitation. AI is never going to be good at creativity. And when I design creativity, we're talking about coming up with new stuff. So AI can synthesize the old stuff that it knows, and it's good at doing that. So now, when it comes to in this case here, what we are promising is this. First of all, we don't need to learn anything about you or your artwork to do what we do. Second, we employ knowledge graphs that help us improve accuracy. Third, when we get to there's this higher tier, and I learned this from working with Fahad, there's people I'm working with. There's this higher tier that would require us to, what would I say? It's create LoRa models for specific titles, so that the characters in there, they stay consistent at every, so turning around everything, the color, the shine, everything is the same way. So when that situation happens, we will make a contract with the creator, in that this LoRa model will exist as long as you sign a contract with us, and once you leave us, we will delete the LoRa model. LoRa model exists on its own, right? So once you train it, it's a very small model that can just sit on its own. It's trained on the character, so that at the end of the day, we ensure that we're not stealing IP from the creators, and if they do, I don't know. I was thinking about this in the future. I've not really solidified it, but if we do get to the point where we want to train our models on, let's say, motion artifacts, or we might not really need character artifacts, but let's say motion artifacts, like let's say an illustrator comes with like this beautiful motion, and it's like, oh, this person slices the sword a certain way, and we want to learn that with our LoRa model. The plan is to compensate creators. So but this is future work. I don't know about that yet now, but this is just a thought. This is the way I'm thinking about it when we have this AI creator.
Awesome, great. Thank you, Medvesh, for your question. Nishan, do you have time for a quick one?
No, I think my question was the same that Matesh asked, which is how you're gonna handle the piracy if I just take a screenshot or something and I upload it. How are you gonna prevent? And yeah, so that's fine. Thanks so much. This is great. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Awesome. So Ram,
yeah, mine's gonna be quick. So Emmanuel, congratulations, great product. I really love it. And I really hope you get a lot of success on this one. So my follow-up question is, once you're successful, so what is your strategy towards, say you got a hit series like Latifa, right? And so in that case, how would you sort of turn that into larger franchise? Because that's what we typically do, right? in terms of getting into animation, games, or say merchandise? Do you have any strategy for that?
So funny because when I was coming up with this, one of the biggest thing I was thinking about was licensing. When you get licensing, you can do a lot of stuff with that, right? Originally, because I have a lawyer that I consult, right? I'm not paying him yet. He just loves the idea, and he's like, he works with me to like give me idea. He did say that what I'm working on right now, like if I depend on how easy I want it to be for me. If I get a creator that doesn't have like a self-published, doesn't have like a license agreement, and I love their work, we can sign a license agreement to see how we can push this to studios, actual studios that do full-on animation, because we still respect that and we want that to still keep being a thing, because there's nuances that come from human beings doing things, and I don't think we should like scare human beings that anyway. So if we get people that don't have their licenses, we can sign licenses with them, and there are things we can do is like movies, actual full-on animation, sponsor branding in Comic-Con, doing 3D work, probably going down to like more visual content or visual kind of style. But the goal will be to elevate anybody's content that we have on there to Netflix, to was it companies that we've partnered with to help us with our brand and explosion.
I love how you're thinking. All the best.
I'm sorry?
No, I really like how you're thinking about it. So wish you good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for the judges. Thank you again, Emmanuel, for being here. I enjoy your project a lot. Hope to see that's a big one in the future.
Yes,
Have a nice end of the year. Hope to see you again next year, 2026. Good party. I don't know your religion, but hope you enjoy your family as well. And we'll see you next year, okay? Yeah, Merry Christmas. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here, Manuel.
A pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank
See
you.
soon.
Bye-bye. Okay, so last but not least, we'll be having Sergio with his squad. I hope I get all of them right. So Sergio, Lutsan, Missing, and TK. I guess all of them is here, right?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, we
So thank you guys for being here. Please, like I said, let's try to be concise so all the judges can ask questions. We are already 18 minutes past our schedule, so let's try to do the best on the correct time. Okay. So do you guys have screens to share, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So we'll give you the stage, and you guys can present the project and start presenting the screen.
Do you see?
I have on screen. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. My name is TK Adiri. I'm the founder of Picon, and Picon is a people power logistic platform, a peer-to-peer delivery platform that lets travelers, actually pick up a package and deliver it along their routes. So, if in a nutshell, if you look at Picom, you can see Picom as the Uber of logistics, or the LBOB of logistics. Because over time we actually believe that the peer-to-peer picking up actually really help and is growing real fast. Well, for me not to actually waste much time, let me hand over this to my partner.
Yeah, my name is Sergir, and I'm a co-founder of TK. TK actually a founder of this project. I'm technical co-founder and project manager, and this is our development team, Vadim and Maxim. They are front-end and back-end developers, and also vibe coders. 90%, not 100% of our product is developed with AI. And let's go to the product itself. And let's imagine I need to send some package. I'm currently located in Warsaw, And in Poland, we are going to launch this product on Polish market, then extend to the Europe, and then to the whole world. Let's imagine I'm in Warsaw in Poland, and I need to send a package to another city, and regular delivery services is not fitted for me. I would like to send it really quick and and more cheaper. So there will be two roles. One role will be as a sender, and another role will be as a picker. And me as a sender, I'm logging to my to the application, and here I can choose either I need to send my package inside city, between cities, or between countries. So my case is from one city to another city, and the location is identified automatically. It is Warsaw. I will choose another city. This will be Gdańsk in Poland, and yeah, this is this way. Date of delivery will be today, and time does not matter for me. It can be any. Then I can specify other details of the package. For example, in my case, it will be just small package. It will be just some documents that I need to send really quick, agreement with my partner or with my client, and I'm ready to pay for the delivery. For example, 15 zloty. This is Polish currency, and here I also can choose to whom I will send my package, and I can search it in the system by typing email address here. Yeah, here I found him, and I'll create an offer, and we will search for pickers. Some travelers who also go in this direction, maybe the same day or day after. And let's take a look. Either we have somebody. Yes, here is one guy, and I can chat with him, call him, or I can propose, send him an offer that yeah, please deliver my package. From the other side, other hand, when I send in my proposition, picker also logged into the application, and he got notification that with my offer. He can check them, and he can either review it, he can either accept it or chat with me, negotiate with me. So he can think 15 zloty is very low. 20 zloty, for example, is more better for me. So he can send counter offer for me as a sender, and me on my end, I can take a look on it. Uh, do I have something? Yes, I have it. 20 zloty. Yep, it's okay. I will not reject this offer. I'll accept it, and then I can pay for it. And I can choose which way I would like to pay for it. I will use my card. It is already added in the system, and I can choose it and pay with it. After this, we will meet with the picker, and I will give him my package. Picker on his end will change status in the application that package is got by him, and he actually ready to deliver it. And me as a sender, I can track in real time where this package is, in which city, on which way, and I can track it actually on the map. And after picker will deliver this package into Gdańsk, he also changed status in the application that package is delivered, and he can rate the sender, or I as a sender, I can rate the picker and leave some feedback. And that's basically it. Um, yeah, regarding application. Do you have any questions? Thanks. Augusto, you are muted.
Yeah, thank you. We'll bring the judges up so they can ask their questions. Let me just yeah.
So
Go ahead.
because we have a lot of people who are being asked questions about, we're going to do a panel more like that, if you guys don't mind it. The other way, yeah, I don't feel like we have other ways to do it. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, we have our volunteer right now.
I can
Uh,
I can be removed so we can add all of them.
Oh, I was muted. I'm sorry about that. So I was saying that because of we have a lot of people that are going to be judging right now, and we have a lot of judges as well. So we're going to do this scheme of panel, and you just can go like right to bottom with Matash being first and Sergey being last. Okay. With that said, Matash, please.
Yeah, sure, I can. So, right, you're trying to launch this product in UK, right? So, tell me what is the data privacy things you are maintaining it? And UK is very competitive in the pricing and data security lies. So, what are the measures you're taking on this?
Could you repeat, please? Sorry, bad connection.
So, I heard, right, you guys try to launch this product in UK. So, what are the data privacy measure you are keeping it? Because your app is saying you're going to negotiate the price, right? So that also
Yeah.
come with the user privacy. So what are the measures you're taking care of that?
Yes, this is a good question, and data privacy is on our list. Currently, we did not add any privacy right now in the product. We did not launch it, but we are going to launch it after the new year in January. We're currently on the final stage, and privacy or security is on our list, but we did not implement it yet. So it will be very
Sorry,
similar
can
to
you hear
what
me? I don't know if anyone can hear me.
it will be very similar to what for example, there is BlaBlaCar application, and there is also security based on face check and ID card check. So we are going to implement the same in our application, very similar way.
And how you guys determining the pricing, right? Because pricing will be variable. So what are the measures you are trying to do in a pricing point of view?
Pricing, you mean pricing model?
Yeah, pricing model, not the product pricing model. You said, right, you're gonna negotiate the, like if I want to use your app, right, you're gonna give me option to negotiate the price, then you're gonna close the deal, and then the delivery process will start, right? So what are the major model you run through your pricing to make the user get the good price and use your service on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here actually we would like to make a match between travelers. Anyway, travel from one city to another, and it will be good that he can earn some money. So definitely we will not establish some prices, and prices will depend on picker and sender, and our income will be commission. 10-15% percentage. We think about 10-15% for now, but we will see what percent will be feasible when we put it on the market. Augusto, you're muted.
You're muted. Yeah.
I think Madvesh
Has
is
fallen.
having
Yeah.
he might have
Connection issues. So we
disconnected.
can move to the Sergey. No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. First of all, small suggestion for the next time. Don't spend the time to show your live demo. You can just put the little screens on the presentation. And actually, it's super clear how your application works. So exactly just you say it about the purposes of that application. I think that anyone understand the model, how it works. So you don't need to spend so much time for all steps and show it. So it's pretty clear. And also it makes a sense next time. Don't bring the team members who don't speak. It also doesn't make a sense. Yeah. And about my question, so actually it's a great idea, and I also have that idea, and I also supposed to maybe I will launch something similar to resolve that problem in the market. I'm not sure, but anyway, I really believe that it's something which need for our world, and mostly I see here it will be interesting to explain about some problems related to compliance, related to scammers, related to, for example, people who want to send the drugs to another city or another country, and all that things. So model is super clear, and I think it's super relevant, but I think most problems could be hidden in that field. So if you already checked something and find something interesting in that field, how to resolve that problems, you can share it right now. And also interested about competitors, because I suppose that maybe many people could try to launch this, but what was the problem? Why we don't see any kind of huge application platform which resolve it yet? So if you can share it, it will be cool. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for the note and remarks. Yes, I'm totally agree with compliance, scammers, drugs, and maybe some weapons even hidden. It could be a really big issue from my perspective. The only thing how we can avoid it, I think, that we can make very strong check on identity when person join it, so we can check that this is his own data, his own ID card or passport, and in this case, even if it will be some illegal products, then it will be tracked. It could be tracked, and it could be seen in the history, and we can track how it goes actually. Regarding competitors, our competitor will be from one side Uber, because Uber already has delivery inside a city, but it does not have delivery between cities or between countries. And there is also one product, the same product, that was launched approximately around 2018 at the east part of Ukraine, and it is actually working on Soviet former ZSSR mostly. And yes, so we would like to work in Poland and also scale it to Europe.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Awesome. Great. Thank you for your question, Sergey. Thank you for your answer. Rem, please.
Thank you, team. I think this is a great product, and I just have a sort of question as to how are you different from your competitors, and what's your strategy to, say, attract your first 1,000 users?
Yeah, actually, after launching in January, we would like to test it in couple real users as a testers, just to get feedback from them, what we should change in our application. After we will gather this feedback, maybe it will take us a month approximately, I think so. We will be able to launch on a bigger scale. Launching on a bigger scale, because this is a product B2C, not B2B. So I think the best channels for marketing could be some advertisement, either on TV, in bloggers, some influencers, to make this inform about our product as much people as possible. After we will be sure that it is tested, we gathered feedback from a couple of real users at the beginning, and in this way we first clients. Yeah, and that's actually how we are going to sail. Uh, for now, we didn't think too much about sales in more details. For now, we think that advertisement or marketing will be enough to engage people to use it. And we hope that then this information about our product will go further. We just need to keep it secure, keep it qualified in with good quality, with to fix bugs very quick after we will get some compliance, and yeah.
That's good. I really like the product. Thank you so much. All the best.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for your question, Ram. Niraj, please.
Hey, a really great idea. And I had two quick questions. One is similar to Sergey's, where, when people are sending packages with services like UPS, FedEx, at some point there's some scanning happening to make sure there's nothing illegal, which I think you covered. But when someone is traveling internationally, how would this service make sure that it's not something that is banned in the country that they are traveling to? Is it on the person who's delivering, or is there some check happening in between to make sure the person responsible for taking that package is not on the hook to make sure that it's not something illegal? And the second question is about handling delays. Like, again, these services have their own flights in some instances, and long distance package delivery delays are handled by them. In this case, there is a regular traveler traveling to some place, and if they're flying, for example, flights get delayed or canceled all the time. In that case, what would they do with the package? Are they going to send it back? Are they going to send it to you, or what will they do with it? So something to think about.
Okay. Thanks. Many thanks for the questions. I'm not ready to answer because I did not really think about it. So we will take it into account and handle them. Think how to handle them. Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. So Rohan.
Sure. Hey Tim. So this is a good work of initiating this package industry, but as a user, when he starts looking of shipping any package, how the screen is or the functionality has been provided to display a list of possible routes or routes and the rates what are available for this package.
They should be registered in the system as pickers and as a senders. There are two roles, and I'm as a person, I can register as a sender or as a picker. In future, with time, we would like to separate it in two apps. One app will be for senders, and another app will be for pickers. But right now, it is only the one app. So all these routes, they should be in the system. There is a travelers or pickers who registered in the application. They put their information from where and to where they will travel, and we can search through them.
Okay. So on the similar lines, say suppose there is a remote city where the senders are available, but for the pickers, they might not be available right away, but they might be available like a scheduled pickup for next couple of days. So how these transactions gets handled?
You mean that a sender will be able to pick up it in a couple days, not straight away?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Good question.
No worries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that should be thought of because that may be a scenario when There might be the bad weather that gets hampered even for the pickups and the senders. At the same time, like for the remote cities, that there might not be a good crowd to for the available pickups as well.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Agree.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
We
If
have
any, just one quick last saying. If any judge has another question that it wants to be addressed, you can email me or you can drop on the chat, and then I'll pass them to the team, and I'll give the answer back. So we can
find it
sometimes
out.
once we finish and we have one last question. Oh, I could have asked this. So yeah, feel free to email me and we'll pass it on. So yeah, Peter, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to ask if we had all of the judges asking questions, but I feel like we didn't have Niraj.
Yeah, he asked one
Okay,
question.
okay. So we have come to the end of the panel here, and as well the end of the live stream. Sergius, I've been exchanging the email with you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing up your whole team here to pitch with us. I hope you like the event.
Thank you. Yeah, many thanks, guys, for inviting and this opportunity to present what we are working on. And God bless you.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for wonderful judges that stayed all to the end with us. It's a pleasure to have you guys here again. Great minds, like I said, are the foundation to build a community, and that's what we're trying to do here. Thank you very much. Now we'll move you guys to the backstage area so we can wrap up, do our shout outs, and I hope to see you guys soon. Like we said, this is our last demo day of 2025, but we have a full year ahead of us, and we hope to have a lot more, to have you guys again, to have all the projects pitching again, to get traction, to get viewership. And yeah, thank you guys a lot.
Thank you.
And see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Ram, for coming again as well. Thank you, Sergey and Rohan, for coming here the first time. And Sergio's nice project. Hope to see you again next year. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye.
Awesome session, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I guess we can get this back.
Yeah, let's go. So, guys, we're wrapping up here on our Vibe Demo Day, or Vibe Demo Day 9. So we had a lot of fun watching great projects from the startup. Some projects that we've seen before and we're seeing again better and bigger. Some new projects that we hope get better and bigger next year. So to all of you that presented with us, don't forget to go on Artizen and submit your project to get curated. And Pedro, please bring the screen up to get curated and be to participate in a pool of prize fundings with Artizen, and they are great partners again that are helping to make this happen. So this is our Vibe Coders Fund. Once you present it with us, once you did your pitch here, you can go ahead and submit and we'll approve you. And then the community will do his work, and as much traction, as more votes that you get, more probability that you be on the threshold limit to be curated. So yeah, go ahead and submit to Artizen, a great partner of us. Also, a great thank you to the AI Collective that is also helping us to build a community around AI, around vibe coding. So this is our motto. We're really trying to build a community here with all this live demos, with interviews and everything else and more, hoping a lot more for 2026. So again, a big shout out to the AI Collective. And we're here because we do have a event calendar on Luma, and that's how you can reach us. That's how you can submit your project to our future events. That's how you can follow where Venture Miner is. So you can go on luma.com/Venture Miner, grab your builder badge. So to be a picture to present on our events, you need to be a member of our Venture Miner calendar. So then you can submit, and you can be with us in a great event like this. Yeah, that's awesome. So again, thank you all for being here, who followed us through this amazing live stream. We had 3 hours, almost 4 hours of projects presenting. That was awesome. And to everyone that's on the VOD, please drop a like, subscribe. All of our events, all of our live events, they stay recorded on our YouTube channel. We have boot camps, we have workshops, we have pitch days, we have all. So we have it all. Thank you guys. Thank you, Peter, for being here with me. It's always a pleasure to host with you.
Likewise.
It's always a pleasure to see many projects. So go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. Augusto said it all, so thank you so much for being here with us in 2025. Hope to see you again next year. Have a very, very good end of the year. Merry Christmas, Merry all of that. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what next year brings to us. And stay tuned, Venture Miner. We have our calendar. We'll be routing out the next events there. So thank you so much, everyone. See you guys soon.
See you guys soon. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.